knows everything about me. What I love, what I hate, what I dream. Ain't nobody could love me like you would, but he don't love me like that. You see, he's the one I can't get out my head. Every touch, every word that he said, I play it back again. That boy makes me spin, but he don't love me like that. And oh, I get so close to losing control, pouring out my heart and my soul. But I'd rather have him in my life than watch him say goodbye. You're the one that's always got my back, oh, when I'm running, you are my shadow, and I can't let go. I wish that there was something I could do, but I can't. I love you. When I'm low, you always take me higher. When I'm cold, boy, you are my fire, and you pull me through. I wish that there was something I could do, but I can't. I love you. He's the one who slowly breaks my heart. Every time him and I are apart, I was someone else, not knowing how I felt, but he don't love her like that. Yeah, how I wish I would be swept away, and I would forget all about your face. Ain't nobody could be better than you would, so I wouldn't love them like that. Hey, oh, I get so close to losing control, pouring out my heart and my soul. But I'd rather have him in my life than watch him say goodbye. You're the one that's always got my back, oh, when I'm running, you are my shadow, and I can't let go. I wish that there was something I could do, but I can't. I love you. When I'm low, you always take me higher. When I'm cold, boy, you are my fire, and you pull me through. I wish that there was something I could do, but I can't. I love you. Oh, Cupid and your stupid bow. Next time, could you shoot us both? Don't know if I can let him go. Oh, no. I get so close to losing control, pouring out my heart and my soul. But I'd rather have him in my life than watch him say goodbye. You're the one that's always got my back, oh, when I'm running, you are my shadow, and I can't let go. I wish that there was something I could do, but I can't. I love you. When I'm low, you always take me higher. When I'm cold, boy, you are my fire, and you pull me through. I wish that there was something I could do, but I can't. I love you. Something I could do, but I can't. I love you.
جمنا برسن جمعتو خمجينا دل من دشا ماكي دبينا جمنا برسن جمعتو خمجينا دل من دشا ماكي دبينا عشت وعزاري دل من ضانينا ماكي بدانا حسكرنو أبينا
I can feel it like a monster inside of me. My heart is bleeding, I don't know if anyone can see. I'm just looking for a place to find some peace here on the ground. But you're still with me when I'm down, down.
حسكرن
I can feel it like a monster inside of me. My heart is bleeding, I don't know if anyone can see. I'm just looking for a place to find some peace here on the ground. But you're still with me when I'm down, down. Oh, when I'm down, will you still be around?
آدم شامه
I need you.
سکه دست
Hold me up above it all.
جناب خالی
Still need you, still need you.
لسر دست وی
Here in the shadows.
آدمش بویده
I need you,
راد بارده
hold me up above it all.
I'm gonna let you go, gonna let you turn and walk away. I know how this goes. You wanna have it your own selfish way. You've always been the spitfire, baby. You know I'm like the water, we don't always mix. It's like someone lit your soul on fire, always burning with desire, can't extinguish it. I don't wanna make war, I just wanna make love to your body. Yeah, the fire in your eyes has got me mesmerized, it's got me bleed. Don't need water to put out these flames. I don't wanna make war, I just wanna make love to your body. Yeah, the fire in your eyes has got me mesmerized, it's got me bleed. Don't need water to put out these flames. Never wanna plead with you, I don't wanna argue, never wanna fight, never wanna beg you to stay. I'm saying I wanna be true to you, I wanna be your muse, pick you up on them bad days. I know when you blow your top, baby, that you'll never stop feeling like the world's on fire. It keeps raining all around you, yet you're covered in a cloud of steam. Heartbeat pounding like a rock machine. I don't wanna make war, I just wanna make love to your body. Yeah, the fire in your eyes has got me mesmerized, it's got me bleed. Don't need water to put out these flames. I don't wanna make war, I just wanna make love to your body.
Pass the tape.
LG 울트라 기어와 핫식스가
We're
함께하는
back.
ASL 시즌 10 드디어 We missed you guys. It's been, what, an hour and a half or something like that. We're here now at the ASL. We just wrapped up the GSL finals in this very studio not long ago. And I tell you, man, the excitement does not stop our toes. We've got Flash's random against Soma Zerg. The winner goes on to the finals.
This is probably the only thing really hype-wise that could match up with the GSL finals.
Right.
Flash's random is undefeated in ASL Season 10. He's in the round of 4 here. He has a seed into the next season. What do I even say? He's against someone else that was in the round of 4 last season as well. What happens here? It's a best of 7. Can Flash continue this? Is that even possible?
This is what I wonder. I mean, a couple things going on in my head right now. First of all, obviously it's going to be the hypest thing of all time if Flash can get to a finals playing random. This is his first major StarLeague playing random. I thought he wasn't going to get this far, I'll admit it. But Flash here now. He says playing against Protoss' random is the easiest. I think he obviously has an advantage against Terran because he plays Terran. Zerg, especially Soma, and then of course Larva and Queen on the other side of the bracket, are his biggest challenge yet.
Totally. It's hardest to play random against Zerg. Zerg has a lot of ways to hold on against everything. The mirror is going to be tough. His off-race Protoss is going to be very tough against these absolute ZVP monsters.
Right.
But then, of course, you always have his Terran, which is like, well, Flash's Terran basically doesn't lose to anyone.
That's right.
Who knows? Who knows? But truly, it's something else. This story, I mean, I expect it to end at any moment because it can't even be real. Like, if he were to win ASL on his first try with random, there's no reason for him to play anymore, in my opinion. There's no reason.
This sounds like an esports manga.
But a bad
like
one.
Yeah, like one where I'm like, this writing isn't very compelling.
Yeah.
It's like, who is the new hero in the early Star Wars movies where she was just too powerful and too good? You know, it's like a one-dimensional character.
Okay.
Like, okay, they beat everything, they stop everything. It's
Yeah.
It's actually not very inspiring. It's like Superman, right?
Yeah.
Like, that can't be right. This can't be reality. Now, here's the fan vote.
The fans don't know.
The fans.
Well, honestly,
Actually,
I'm a huge Flash fan, but I think Soma's
Soma's going to take it, but I want to be proven wrong.
Me too, badly.
I want to be wrong.
So the match prediction. Only Soma. Soma's. They only think basically Free and Hero think that Soma will win, and barely. That's hilarious.
I was like, only the Somas think he's going to win.
I'm like, why does Soma look like Free and look like Hero? And why are there two of him?
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild that even the pros think Flash will take this.
Well, they might be right.
They might be.
I'll tell you what, though, as much as this is a story about Flash, I do want to point out that Soma has been in incredible shape. He looks scarier than
anyone.
Maybe even scarier than Queen in some of the games he played on his side.
Yeah.
And it's going to be crazy. Quick video, guys, then we'll start our match.
ASL 시즌 10 타임리스
Okay, guys, quick interview, and then we're going to hop into this best of 7 with Flash and Soma. Just to finish up that last idea, I was saying, Soma, he wants this, he's passionate, he's looking terrifying, and I think this is going to be Flash's greatest challenge yet. Now onto the interview.
AS뿐만 아니라 이 리그 역사상 랜덤으로 4강전에 올라온 선수 유일한 선수가 바로 이영호 선수예요. 부담은 안 됩니까?
사실 8강 전까지는 굉장히 부담이 많이 됐는데 이번
He asked if you felt any pressure.
성공적인
You're the first ever random player.
지금 자체가 그리고 여기서 이제 좀 쉽진 않겠지만
Up until now, it's been a successful season for me. I don't think it's going to be easy at all. But if I make it to the finals, I think it's going to be an incredible season if I get to the finals. So I'm going to go into these games with the cup of mind.
지금까지 경기 랜덤으로 경기 펼치는데 단 한 세트도
Many players, including the pros, predicted you would get onto the finals. And you have not lost matches as random so far. If you win today against Soma, 4-0, that would be all wins and no losses with random. During practice, I've discovered that Zergs are the most difficult to face off against as a random player. Whenever I face off against a Zerg, I always think I have to second guess myself a lot. But I have some very special builds in store for you guys today that I don't think you've seen before. So the last season you guys faced each other in the third place, fourth place match, you lost quite quickly, 3-0. Here you are again. You're in the round of 16. And you're facing off against Flash in a rematch. Do you think this is a good chance for you since he's random and not Terran? If it's... he's asking about ZVZ. Yeah. If my opponent wasn't Flash, I would say certainly this is an opportune moment for me. However, because my opponent's Flash, I do not want to drop my guard for even a second. So Flash is one of the legendary player of StarCraft. But if you could defeat this legendary player, the greatest player of all time, you would establish yourself as an incredible player and go to the finals. That would be quite the story. The world is watching. Yeah, right now my goal is to just get to the finals. So Flash said he has prepared secret builds that he's preparing to unleash on you. After you hear something like that, can you imagine any scenarios you might be in? I'll make my scenarios myself, I'm not too worried. Anyways, I'm just going to show my games today. Are you nervous? Yes, I'm very, very nervous. I think this point is critical in my career for the tournament. Both of you showed incredibly one-sided matchups, yet you're going to face off here today. I think it's tough to predict, but let's hear what you have to say. What are your predictions? If it goes to 2-0 and I'm leading, I think the pressure. Sorry, if he's down 0-2, he's going to feel a lot of pressure, so he needs to win the games early on. He wants to win one-sidedly. What about you, Flash? After... First of all, I want to say Soma has improved tremendously. You shouldn't be thinking so much about looking for your opponent's mistakes. I know the last Protoss got eliminated, but I'm also part of the Protoss race. I could be the last Protoss too. So we're talking about being the last Protoss player in the finals. He's all three of the races, Artosis. All right, guys, it's showtime. Let's get this going. I am so excited to see what's going to happen. A quick video, and then we start Flash versus Soma.
플래시 이영호 랜덤
살아있는 전설 ASL 자유우승 사클라프트의 역사를 새롭게 쓴 선수가 나왔습니다. 진짜 와 동독전 잡고 갔어요. 절대 못 뚫는 아름답게 이건 신인데요, 신 랜덤 4강 진출.
스타크래프트 자체는 블리자드가 만들었을지는 모르겠지만 게임을 완성시킨 사람은 이영호인 것 같아요.
적의 신성다운 성장 속도가 무지막지합니다.
연습 열심히 안 하시면 3대0 당하실 거예요.
기분이 지워지나 마느냐인데요. 아무것도 안 됩니다. 두 번째
소마, 박상현, 저그.
압도하겠다라고 이를 악물고 온 듯한 이런 느낌이 좀 있었어요.
ASL 시즌 10 세미파이널.
All right, we're back. It's time to go into the first night of the semifinals. And although what we've seen Flash do so far has been incredible, going undefeated with Random, I think we really are going to see his biggest challenge yet. Soma, and then, of course, let's say that he wins. The two Zergs on the other side. If he can do this, I think you're right. I think he just has to stop. I think we've got to end all gaming. We got to end the human race. We're done with this experiment. We've seen what we can do as human beings.
If Flash wins ASL, there already wasn't anything left for him, and then he made up this crazy challenge.
Yeah.
The only thing after this is like playing one-handed.
Because there is a feature in the game that allows the computer to select for you. Nobody was thinking about this when the game was made, okay? Nobody thought, well, you know, you could be one of these players that rolls the dice and see what you get. It was a feature in the game, but we can use this to have the computer auto-select the race for Flash, creating infinitely more variables.
It's wild.
That each side has to deal with. I don't know if we're going to have a future random meta of other players maybe adopting this. I don't know.
I do not know about that.
But Flash 3-0'd Rush. He won with each race. For good measure.
Yeah.
And here we are now.
He had to truly butcher the last Terran left in the tournament to show his dominance. And now only 3 great Zergs remain.
Flash showed up wearing Rush's face from the earlier part of the ASL. And, of course, tomorrow, guys, because our schedule's a bit tight here, Larva versus Queen is going to be a fantastic ZVZ. I got a lot to say about that, but I feel like we can't waste another second talking about anything else but what we have here right now, because history is about to be made.
And I tell you, this is it's a best of 7, so we're really going to see a lot of his various races, I would say.
Yeah.
Of course, it's random, so we don't know. He could get
Terran
7 times in a row. It doesn't even we don't even know.
Also, interestingly enough, map 1 is going to be Plasma.
Yeah, I love that he picked that as map 1.
Yeah, so we're going to get that map out of the way here pretty quickly.
Yeah, oh my God, this is just going to be so much fun, Tasteless. He said he has special builds planned. I want to see what he has planned, PVZ and ZVZ, right? Like his Terran vs. Zerg, we know he invented and refined basically every Terran build that exists in all the matchups, so I'm not worried about that for him. The other 2 matchups, though, it's like, can you actually beat a Soma-level Zerg? Soma was top 4 last season.
Yeah.
Okay, he won the ACS, which is the it's like the amateur league. He won it, got in last season on his first try, made it to the round of 4, where he ended up losing to Light and then lost to in the round of or in the 3rd place match he lost to Flash, who just killed him. And here he is again already in another round of 4. So Soma is actually this good, right?
Yeah.
Can Flash's Protoss and his Zerg in this tournament setting beat Soma's Zerg? If it can, there is no limit.
Yeah, there's no limit.
There is no limit.
If he's taking games off of Soma. Now, one thing
Soma's easily the second best Zerg.
Now, one thing I got to point out here, and this is very important, because you can look at the results, you can look at these numbers and get excited, whatever. Look at the games. A lot of the ways that Flash wins are ways you can only win once, okay? He basically knew the planning of the race, hard countered. And a great example would be Snow, where he hid the Nexus, knowing that there's a very low likelihood that Snow will be able to scout or will scout that much. And Flash hit his build very well. Those 2 play again, maybe a different story. We're going to know the more games of Flash we have. But on the surface, there are games. Let's talk about the game where Flash rushed, and Rush made 2 barracks in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
Good read. Rush was too dramatic. He thought CC first or barracks rush. He predicted it. He won. I think Flash might be able to do something like that, ZVZ. I don't know what that looks like exactly, but maybe. But again, Soma is good enough it's possible for Flash's Terran to lose under some circumstances. I don't know what Soma does as far as planning goes. Zerg is a little bit simpler as far as the decision tree early on with your buildings. That's why they don't suffer as much against random. The reason why Protoss suffers the most is because the location of the first pylon is so impactful since it powers the buildings. But, I mean, look at this. First Protoss, 84.6 for Zerg, 80%. So it's like, okay, as long as...
The first Terran doesn't make sense. He's actually almost... Like, his ZVT is one of the top ones in the world.
Yeah.
It's just he only played against Light and Flash, the best 2 Terrans in the world.
That's right. And
so that's why that looks like that.
Yeah.
Those are the only people that beat him.
So, again, the decisions, especially for Flash, but I'm curious about Soma. Can Soma get a good read and say, oh, I can 4-pull here? Maybe this is going to punish, you know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Again, you know, it's hard enough to cast StarCraft, the hardest game in the entire world. Casting openings with random, the theory with that is crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to expect.
Well, Flash is inventing a tournament random meta because there are people that use, for people that don't actually know this, there are people that use random in like the ladder, for instance. But 99% of them just do a stupid cheese every game.
Yeah.
Because it's just, you don't know what race they are. Your opening is going to be weird against them.
But we've had Flash do some of that here, too. That's the crazy thing. He's taking that meta.
The 7-pull,
Yeah. Or the hidden nexus. He goes, okay, you're Protoss.
Yeah.
And
totally.
so we see Flash knows how to exploit that.
Totally.
Yeah, this is the new meta. Now, we saw that Flash was 5-0 against Soma before, but I have to point out that, like, random play is totally different, and Soma is much more comfortable in this ASL. He's been catapulted into the limelight here as like the new best Zerg. He's considerably younger than the rest of the players in the tournament.
Last season he looked great. This season he looks much stronger.
Yeah.
He really does. We definitely noticed it. He looks dominating in his games. He's just fearsome.
All right, it's time. Enough flapping our gums. It's time to get into this match here. Again, it's going to be on Plasma for Game 1. Plasma is the strangest map that we have here.
Yes. Oh, you can tell he's ready. See the twitching eyes? Oh, God. Soma's in trouble.
Now, normally I would say the first game in a best of 7 is the most important. I don't think that's true in this case. I think the second map.
Absolutely agree with you.
Plasma has actually too many variables, even if you know each other's race. This is the most extreme map of the maps we have here because we don't have one crazy map and some island-like themes on there.
You know, it's a good reason what you're bringing up, why the first map doesn't really matter. What I thought you were gonna say, because it's what I'm thinking, is because he's playing random, none of the matches have a particular importance.
That's
because
true.
it's random what race he's getting. So, like, he can go 0-3 and then get Terran 4 times in a row and win. That could happen. That is not unrealistic.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
So, to me, I look at this, and for Flash, there's no critical match. For Soma, it's only in his mind.
It's in his head, yeah.
It's not like a regular match where we're like, oh, this map for this matchup is very important because it balances this way, you know?
Yeah.
That doesn't exist here. It's just completely different from anything else we ever get to cast or talk about or look at.
Okay.
Then I misspoke before. He did make him the round of 24 this season before last. But anyways, it is.
That's back when he was Soma again back there. He was Chosim Zerg last season.
Yeah.
Let's see what he is in the season 11 we have. So, again, I think there is another issue here, which is Soma's nerves.
Yes.
Although I think he seems to thrive under pressure. I also like that he says, I am nervous, but I'm very focused and I'm going to do my best. I think that's a good sign.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some healthy anxiety, if you will.
Head on, man.
Yeah. Flash is just another day in the office, man. We're going to be on Plasma for Game 1.
He almost looks tired and
Yeah.
bored.
He's waiting for the bus. So
then he's going to realize he's the bus driver and then drive it over Soma.
All right, guys, Game 1 is loading up. Let's see what race Flash gets.
ASL 시즌 10 게임 준비 완료. 플라즈마에서 게임을 시작합니다.
What's it gonna get?
Flash chose blue, by the way.
Protoss.
Which is really important.
That means he's gonna get Terran.
Ooh. Okay, so that is Soma.
Oh, he got
Flash
Zerg.
is Zerg, ZVZ. By the way, I've been saying this for years and years, like for 15 years or something. The color that you get with random does not match equally with each race.
I'm really glad you're bringing this up.
And I think that's why he chose blue. And I'm not joking, and people think I'm like trolling, but I've played long enough that I'm like, no, I can narrow down the colors based on the color
I thought,
you get.
okay, no, I think this is not true to you, but you think it is true?
I think it is
I've
true.
never actually thought about it, but I always thought it can't be. But
The
I've
color
heard,
distribution
I've heard
for
people
random
say
is
like,
not
oh,
even.
if you're yellow, then you're more likely to get like
Zerg or Protoss. You almost never see a yellow
I never
Terran.
see a yellow Terran now that I think about it.
Yes.
So he
I'm
picks
really
blue.
not joking about this.
All right,
really
somebody
not.
look it up. There's got to be a way to find this out.
No, there's no way to find it out, actually. The code is super, super old. And even when the developers sometimes say something, later on they're like, oh, actually, we were wrong. There's this thing, you know? That occurs.
Will he pick blue again?
I think he'll choose his color each time tonight. I'm not even joking about this. I'm seriously not.
Now, notice the Overlord scouting here. Flash went around where the Overlord would scout in the center. There's a couple factors here as well, just for ZVZ on this map. Because you're a Zerg in the center right, you're always going to be scouted right away.
You would think so.
No, absolutely, in this case, because it's just closer for them to check there in the middle. So there's a little bit of a disadvantage here. Now, Flash went around so his first Overlord wouldn't be scouted as fast.
All right, Soma sees it Zerg.
So he knows, out of all the matchups, and I think everybody's pretty much on the same page here. On this map especially, ZVZ should be doable for Soma versus Flash.
It should be pure Muta.
And in fact, this should be the hardest
This should be the
type
most
of
difficult
ZVZ,
thing for Flash.
A semi-island map ZVZ, I feel like you're never going to beat a top-tier Zerg, even if you're Flash.
First scout, and yeah, you're right. The eggs are never going to die. They just won't die. So yeah, I think this is the worst case scenario for Flash, is getting scouted first, ZVZ, close spawns, pure Muta game.
So let me go big picture here.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to say before things pick up right now. For the uninitiated, because I know we have a lot of new viewers tuning in now, our viewership's been growing an insane amount. This map, you're separated by these eggs. Eggs are very hard to kill in the game. They're neutral eggs. Normally, Zerg tear them down to open up the map and turn it into a ground map by making lurkers. But in ZVZ, you can't get to lurkers because the Mutalisk is too powerful. So it's all Ling Muta. In this case, it will probably become a Zerg air arms race. Now, this means it's going to be a pure island map.
Yes, it'll be a pure island map. And if you recall, because we were thinking a lot on that weird map we had last season, you recall the name of that? The one with all the disruption webs on it. Why am I blanking on that?
Yeah, it's set up like a wheel on a spoke.
Yes,
I don't know why I can't suddenly think of it.
So we were debating a lot about what ZVZ would look like there. And it turned out that quicker Muta was better than quicker expansion in the games that we watched.
Right.
And that's actually what Flash is going for here. He's going for quicker Muta. So that should give him, I think, a little bit of an edge.
I disagree, because there are at least some strategies where you can try to attack by ground. On this map, I don't think there are.
No, well...
Didn't Larva try a strategy that didn't work, but he almost got in there by ground?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
he went mass link.
So this is just going to be a pure layered tech game. Now, this means we're going back into the past with StarCraft here, because there used to be a lot of pure island maps, and there were many ZVZs played on them. But Soma's not a player, I would say, from that generation. That's like the first 3 years of StarCraft. And I don't know what this looks like. So
I want to take a stab at it, Tasteless.
Please.
I think that this game will look only like Mutaverse Scourge Micro. I think that's the only thing that's going to matter.
You're right. And here's the thing about that. Soma has to have better Mutaverse Scourge Micro, just like Snow's going to have better Reaver Micro than Flash.
While that is certainly true, Flash, well, I guess actually their gas is very close. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. This is, I guess we're about to learn a lot.
Yeah. So a couple other factors here before everything hatches here. In Mutalisk versus Mutalisk, Muta armor is better than Muta attack because Mutas have these glaives that bounce. So Muta Scourge micro, it's very hard to do. And again, I don't...
Tasteless, he's going to get there before Mutas are out. Oh. Yeah, he's going to get to the natural before Muta's out. He's going to get a bunch of drone kills. And then he's going to fly home, right? And then he's way ahead, isn't he?
Yeah, I guess.
See the quicker Muta, man. Oh, his micro's off.
Yeah, he did miss micro there slightly.
Oh, Flash! Oh, my God!
So,
Look, you can tell his micro is just not as good as a pro's Zerg. You can tell. You can see the way he's moving them.
Now, he's running south with these Mutalisks.
Oh, my God. He's just parking Scourge to catch him as they come out.
Yeah, there's no Spore here. Now, because of the openings, because someone didn't know what he was against right away, Flash does get his Mutas out first.
Yeah.
So he is using that build order advantage here, but Soma can stabilize here.
He is chasing on everything. Soma right now is having to move so quickly to micro both groups away.
Now Soma's control is a little bit better here, but his Mutas are getting cornered at the bottom of the map.
Dude.
But hold on, I think Soma might have stabilized. Now, how many Mutas are actually in this game now?
Okay, so Soma has 5. Flash has 7. 8. Flash is killing right now. He's up 6 supply.
Okay, Flash might just run him over in what is in some ways sort of a build order opening lead here.
Soma scouted him first, man. What more do you want?
Oh, my God.
He is just going ham right now. He targets the Scourge. That was good micro right there from Flash.
Now this is...
That was real good. Now look how many Scourge he's bringing. Oh, you can just chase him down now with all these Scourge.
Yeah, that's too many. There's not enough map to retreat to, but Flash is losing some of his Scourge in this chase here.
He's going to kill every Muta, though. Dude, Soma's dead. Flash has killed Soma's.
I think game one's over, yeah.
He got scouted first position, Tasteless ZVZ.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, my God.
This game's over. Unreal. Okay, I got a lot to say about this. GG.
He's dancing him. He danced him, too. I can't believe this. He just beat Soma ZVZ.
Okay, so here's what happened. Because Flash knew his opponent's Zerg and just doesn't want his Overlord to get scouted, he goes in a different direction. He gets his layer up more quickly. Soma, not sure if it's a Protoss or a Terran, gets a hatchery a little bit more quickly. Now, normally in ZVZ, you can do a Ling Flood to punish somebody who goes Mutas ahead of you. On an island map, you cannot. You cannot do it. And Flash's Muta control, it wasn't perfect.
It wasn't perfect.
But he just sort of gets there too fast, especially with the middle spawn versus top. You get there before the eggs hatch. There's that much of a breadth of distance.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Now, I thought there was going to be a lot more complexity to that, but now that we've seen how the game panned out, yeah, he got his layer earlier, and I don't see any recourse for a player who's playing random.
Yeah, you can't force a Mutas to stay home with your Lings.
Yeah.
We kind of looked at that last season with that semi-island map, too.
Short break, we come back. Game 2 with Flash versus Soma.
While you're sending the same message to a couple of guys, this is everything you wanted it to be. Danger, look around and see one world, living recklessly. I just don't need it anymore. The truth is kicking in the door. We are a victim to our addiction. Destroy the pattern, break the chains. We all fall short, and I hope it's not too late to turn away.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
잡아 킬 프림님 힐 그렇지 나 힐 2.4끈 온다 잡아 바닥 바로
From the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
그때는 좀 오랜만에 돌아와서 설레임과 또 이제 실력적인 부분에서 많이 자신감이 없어서 좀 걱정도 있었던 것 같아요. 사실 너무 오랜만에 복귀였고 제 마음가짐도 좀 안이했던 것 같아요. 같은 테란이다 보니까 같은 테란한테 그렇게 떨어지면 이게 또 아무래도 사람들도 보는 눈도 많이 달라지고 그런 점이 있어서 너무 떨어진 게 좀 후회되고 아쉽고 좀 그랬던 기억이 있네요. 옛날 생각이 굉장히 많이 났고요. 좀 추억에 많이 젖었던 시즌이었던 것 같아요. 팬분들도 추억에 굉장히 많이 젖었던 시즌이었던 것 같고 저 또한 비슷했지 않나.
ASL 6년 만에 두 선수가 만났습니다. 최종 경기 이영호 선수와 폭군 이대동 선수의
아직도 이렇게 스타1이라는 게임에서 이동과 이영호 뭐 이런 또 라이벌 구도에 있는 선수들이 만났을 때 좋아해 주시는 분들이 있구나 이런 생각을 많이 했고요. 그냥 팬분들한테 좋은 게임 보여드리려는 생각을 많이 했던 것 같아요.
브라도 절대신 유일신 그 누구도 어떠한 도전으로도 쓰러지지 않는 최종 경기 이영.
일단 저한테는 첫 우승이 되게 급했고요. 대회 때 이제 성적을 보여주는 게 전 중요하다고 생각을 해서 그때는 그냥 안 쉬고 게임만 했던 것 같아요. 이거는 무조건 내가 이겨야 된다, 압도적으로 이런 생각을 했고 실질적으로 그렇게 나타났던 것 같아요, 연습량이.
ASL 시즌 5.
솔직히 이기는 게 별로 그냥 엄청 기쁠 때는 아니었던 것 같아요. 그때 이제 이겨도 사람들 반응은 제 우승의 목표가 아니라 좀 다른 데 중점이 가 있고 우승을 하고 나서도 생각을 좀 많이 했던 시즌이지 않나.
자, 다전제 11년간의 그 기록을
뭐 일단 윤철이한테 졌을 때는 전 쉽지 않은 승부라고 생각했고 오히려 졌을 때 제가 엄청 그때 방송을 켰는데 응원을 많이 받았던 것 같아요. 아, 졌을 때 또 이렇게 멋진 모습 보여주니까 좀 좋아해 주시는구나 이런 생각도 많이 하고 크게 막 후회는 없는 시즌이었던 것 같아요.
2010년에 이어서 어게인 2010, 2018의 우승을 차지하는 것.
또 아쉬웠던 시즌은 아무래도 정우 형한테 졌던 시즌이 좀 아쉬운 것 같아요. 왜냐면 제가 복수하는 걸 좋아하는데 윤철이한테는 바로 복수를 했는데 정우 형한테는 못한 것도 있고 그리고 그때 4회 우승을 일찍 달성했으면 또 어떻게 제 우승 이런 게 좀 달라졌을까 이런 생각도 있어요. 좀 돌아갔거든요. 근데 그때는 진짜 이제 팔이 좀 많이 또 망가진 상태였어요. 엄청 망가지기도 했고 한 시즌 한번 쉬고 가야겠다 생각을 했던 시즌이었던 것 같아요. 가장 뿌듯했던 시즌은 아무래도 4회 우승 달성했던 시즌인 것 같고요. 진짜 천신만고 끝에 올라가서 좀 힘들게 올라간 사람들이 보통 올라갔을 때 잘하더라고요, 보통. 그래서 이번 시즌 느낌이 나쁘지는 않은데 이런 생각을 했어요. 또 저는 무엇보다 윤철이를 만났다는 게 너무 좋았죠. 왜냐면 내 실력을 보여줘야겠다, 내가. 준비도 진짜 많이 했고 일부러 찍어 누르는 방향으로 했어요, 준비도. 그래가지고 막 너무 좋았어요.
ASL 시즌 10 타임리스.
해외에 딱 우승하고 내가 ASL에서 이룰 게 있나 이런 매너리즘에 많이 빠졌던 시즌인 것 같은데 다음 시즌에 랜덤 한번 나가볼까? 이런 생각을 했어요. 저는 처음에는 후회를 많이 했고 제가 그리고 방송도 전에처럼 많이 못하는 상황이었고 좀 시청자분들도 지면 테란이라 해라 네가 무슨 랜덤이냐부터 시작해서 조롱도 많고 해서 그냥 테란 할란다 하고서 개인 방송에서 테란도 되게 많이 했어요. 근데 제가 이제 또 랜덤으로 나간다 했으니까 16강에서 떨어질 순 없잖아요. 그 16강을 딱 이겼죠, 랜덤으로. 근데 반응이 근데 너무 폭발적이고 진짜 오랜만에 연락이 진짜 많이 오더라고요. 지인들한테 대박이라고, 기대된다고. 기대된다는 얘기를 제일 많이 들어본 것 같아요, 신인 때 이후에. 제가 또 이번 시즌 10이고 근데 또 거의 10년 전에 딱 얘기를 했었어요. 랜덤을 나간다. 그거를 딱 제 오랜 꿈인데 좋은 방향으로 하고 있는 것 같아서 또 이번 시즌이 저는 너무 좋은 것 같고요. 오랜만에 팬들하고 제일 소통을 많이 하는 것 같아요. 이번에는 다 같이 즐기고 뭐가 뜰까 이번에는 지금까지도 열심히 응원해 주셨지만 오히려 같이 소통하면서 해나가는 리그이지 않나. 이번 시즌 진짜 많이 응원해 주셨으면 좋겠어요. 한 15년 전에 제가 처음 데뷔하고 10대 때 스타리그가 있었다면 20대 때 또 저의 스타리그는 ASL인 것 같아요. 확실히 이거는 정말 추억으로 많이 남을 것 같고 제가 29이거든요. 이제 좀 있으면 30인데 내년에 10대 때와 20대 때 추억을 했을 때 20대 때에는 ASL 추억이 진짜 많지 않을까 그런 생각을 하고 앞으로도 계속 번창해서 한 20회, 30회까지 갔으면 좋겠습니다.
We're back here in the ASL semifinals. We had a pretty epic game for game one.
Dude.
So Flash spawns random on the, we call it semi-island map, but I guess in ZVZ it is an island map, but gets the build order advantage by going for layer before Soma has identified what race his opponent is. Soma doesn't know if his opponent could be Terran or Protoss as well, so Soma went hatch first. And our analysis concludes that if you go layer first and they don't have any recourse on ground, you just lose. But again, this is Flash playing random and using the fact that the opposing player doesn't know what race he is.
Yeah.
And also Flash hid that Overlord. It went straight up around.
Yeah. Right way to do it.
Yeah,
you want to
around
hide your
the scouting
scouts when you're
path.
random for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely want to do that. So that's it. He beat Soma's EVZ. That has to be a blow to Soma because that's like the matchup you would assume he has the most advantage in.
Yeah, now, this is what I wanted to bring up, is that I don't think Flash's heartbeat changes at all in tournament matches.
Yeah.
He's been doing this his entire life. Soma is fairly new to this, has openly talked about anxiety. Him and everybody else was basically saying he should win his EVZ, and I think he lost that one. And although it can look humiliating, it is kind of a hard counter build, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know how much that's going to phase Soma.
I don't know.
Or not. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if he looks at it correctly, every game should just not really matter because they're all random anyways. Up next is Benzene. It's a two-player map, so he can scout Flash as quickly as he would like. It's a good map for Zerg in all the matchups, I would say, you know? Very, very strong map for Mutalisks.
Give me another ZVZ.
I'm fine with it. Yeah, I'll take anything from Flash at this point. Like, he's done so much with random, I just can't even believe it.
This is a map with the farthest spawns we have here. One-on-one. Again, Flash with a 1-0 lead, winning on an island map, spawning Zerg. Game 2 with Flash's random is ready. Both players are now in the lobby. Flash has selected the color blue again, Artosis.
Told you, Tasteless.
I think you might be right. Let's see what happens as our game loads up.
ASL 시즌 10 게임 준비 완료.
What race is it? Zerg.
Protoss.
Zerg.
Protoss.
Zerg. Get the Ouija board out.
벤젠에서 게임을
Let's spell it out
시작합니다.
together. Ready? Are you feeling that, Artosis? Yeah, me neither.
Feeling
I'm
it.
not doing that either. Okay. Spirit world guide us. No Terran.
No Terran.
No Terran.
No Terran.
No Terran.
He's
Oh,
Zerg.
He's Zerg. Oh, I knew our supernatural powers would work.
Shake of the head. He
Yep.
does not want this.
The rematch.
All right, we'll see what his plan is. By the way, think about this, right? He has to have, for tonight, 21 different plans.
Yeah.
3 for each map. It's so crazy.
Okay, so this game cannot be like the previous game because the factors that dictate the way the map is played are entirely different. This is a...
Zerglings will be big in this game.
Absolutely they will be. It's a game where, now again, we need to see when Soma actually discovers that Flash is actually the Zerg. But for now, Flash knows he's going to be in a real ZVZ game. And unless Soma decides to go for hatchery on 12, there's not many things that Flash can do to just end the game.
Yeah. And I don't think that anything like that's going to occur. It looks like it's going to be a 9 pull from Soma. So kind of an aggressive opener. An opener like this, like for instance, if Flash was Terran, Flash would already be very advantaged, in my opinion.
Hey, I got to point something out here. Look at the bottom of the mini-map. Flash is making a line through the bottom with the Overlord. He doesn't want his Overlord to meet up with Soma's Overlord. So we're already getting a cool metagame here from players who pick random as Zerg. Like, yeah, show them the Overlord as late as possible. Make them sacrifice a drone, scout across the map to figure out what you are. And the second Overlord is actually not even going to scout. It goes to the bottom left in the corner.
So Flash actually goes 12 hatch in his main. I'm completely unsurprised that this is his build.
Yeah.
I assumed that we would see this build coming out of Flash if we saw enough ZVZs from him. So the thought behind this build, guys, is basically you're getting the quick hatchery, but it's not at your natural, so it's easier to defend.
Yep.
This will be a Ling Flood game, almost certainly. You disagree, Tasteless?
I don't think it's necessarily. I think it can be a muta game as well. It can be an either or. The thing is, you're safe. You can do 2 hatch and be safe.
He's going 3 hatch before pool against a 9 pool. That doesn't look good.
Wow. Now, keep in mind, Flash knows what race Soma is. Now, Soma's basically done a very modest expand with enough pressure that you have to respect it. Now, he sees the 1 Ling here. We don't have their faces on the big screen here. I'm normally
they didn't flinch. I was watching. So the pool is a bit late. This is tough. He's going to start a creep colony right away, maybe? I'm not sure.
Now, the Lings are going to come in here. Now, if you look at what Flash has, there's a piece of the puzzle missing because there's just... It's very clear Zerg needs to have more buildings. So when he gets here and sees that there's no Lings, first of all, Flash has to be careful to not lose drones. And Lings are a ways away out. But also, the hidden hatchery should be spotted.
Oh, man. This does not look good.
Oh, my God. He's going to get that.
Yeah, this is not optimal. All right, he's going to fight with his drones, and he will live. Oh, my... Oh,
you know, we talked about players know exactly when they don't have to micro. That was Soma right there. GG! Game 2.
Okay. Yeah, so I think what we saw right there is Flash taking a gigantic risk.
Right. But not just that, but Soma having the exact right build order to mute any sneaky build order plays.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. And to put this out there, right, if Flash is playing Terran, and he doesn't have forward barracks, which he generally doesn't do, I think he has a huge advantage there, but someone might look at that and say, I'm not going to beat his Terran anyways. Let me do something that can punish the other 2 races.
Let me end up hitting a Protoss or hitting a Zerg and taking a win. Soma is gambling here as well.
Yeah.
So,
interesting game.
We just saw Soma actually get up. I think he's walking to the restroom, but getting up, walking out of the studio with that win for a second. Good decision-making there by Soma. I like the idea of what Flash is doing. Basically, Flash is not going to show that he's Zerg until the other player scouts him. And so what he does 2 hatches in the main, and then a third. And keep in mind how huge Benzene is and where that third base is. It's like the other opposite corner of the map.
Yeah.
So he is hoping that if Soma doesn't do something really aggressive, he's just ahead. And he can sit there and turtle on 2 hatches while soaking up resources from a third base that is probably not going to get scouted. But Soma opened up with a really clean build and basically punished Flash for doing anything greedy.
Yeah, it certainly worked out in that way. If he had opened with any other build, that 3-hatch build might have been very good. Like, even a 12 pool, Flash would have been completely fine.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the games with Snow, where he hid the Nexus. And it's kind of like, you know, in a lot of the mirror matchups, especially Protoss and Zerg mirror matchups, you're really restricted on growth. It's hard to get really big. Now, Protoss can get to a late game, but it doesn't happen as often. I think that he thought, all right, Soma might hatch on 12 or pool on 12, which are all pretty conservative games. Yeah. And then Flash just sits there and wins because he has a hidden base.
Yes. And also because he had the second hatch in the main base, generally that points more towards a Ling Flood type of scenario because you have the 2 hatches, but one of them's not at your expansion. So if your opponent takes an expansion hatch, you can be in a lot of trouble. So it might have actually put Soma on the defense, which allows him to drone more heavily at his third, too.
Yeah.
Or not third, but whatever we're going to call that.
And also, Benzene is a map with a lot of expansions, kind of like we saw on Eclipse with Snow, where it's, especially if you, like PvP, you don't have that much you can look around with early on. Same with ZVZ. You have Overlords, but you're not usually scouting everywhere with them.
Yeah.
You're doing a few specific scout paths, then you have to make sure they're
Hidden
safe.
bases are very rare in ZVZ.
Yeah,
Pro level.
so doing that like that, I think the idea there from Flash was brilliant.
Yeah.
But Soma opened up with a build that just is going to punish greed. And let's also point out in the esports night that we casted where Flash first debuted it in some show matches where his random was a little bit disappointing, he did try some other quick econ builds too, and that's how he lost to Queen.
Yeah,
His Flash went CC first, and Queen just opened up, I think, with the same build that Soma did. And just set the lings across the map. And it seems like Flash, if he's on a land map that allows for normal games, which is the rest of our maps, by the way, because Plasma's out of the way, it doesn't seem like he's able to cut corners here economically.
Maybe.
And by the way, the random meta, it's showing itself to us right now with Flash. A lot of hidden bases.
Yeah.
I feel like we're starting to get the bones of the Flash random meta all laid out.
I think a lot of players want it to go long against a random
Of
player,
course.
so they generally have a defensive stance,
Isn't
which
that what you
allows greed to punish that. If you have a defensive stance and someone plays greedy against it, that's the punishment to defense.
Right.
So,
and truth is, most of the time with random players, unless they roll their main race, they have some kind of gimmick. They're not going to just play head-to-head here.
100%.
Okay, we're going to go to Optimizer here for Game 3. This is a very weird map, so let's wait and see what races they spawn. Flash has selected the color blue again. And what's it going to be?
He's getting Terran here.
I think he's getting Terran.
Yeah. Damn it.
No, Protoss. No, wait, Protoss.
I'd love to see his Protoss here.
What if it's CVZ all night?
I would be really sad.
All right, you're saying
옵티마이저에서 게임을
Terran, Ouija board out.
Ouija board it.
Wait, what's going on here? P? Did you move that? I didn't move that. P? R?
All right, let's see it.
Wait.
Is he Zerg again?
No, he's Terran or Protoss.
Terran. Told you.
Damn.
Okay, so Flash is Terran. I think we'll see Mech here. If he goes Command Center first, I'm going to cry.
So he did go Command Center first before on this map versus Queen when he first showed his random off, and he died.
Yeah, that was on the esports night. Definitely not something as important, but kind of a fun show match that show did.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we just wait and see what does he build his barracks on 11 or not.
I think he does. Look,
the most powerful thing we've seen here, by the way, was the 6-fact mech all-in.
Yeah.
I believe it was JYJ, if I'm recalling correctly. Amazing build for this map because you have 3 gas. You can easily support, like, infinity mech off of that.
Now, I just want to say this. I know that Flash is clearly the favorite here getting Terran, but Soma, it's not impossible for him to win a ZVT.
No, it's not
impossible.
He's a great ZVT player. His win percentage, like, it's so deceiving because he played a top form light and a top form Flash, which are literally not just by far the best 2 TVC players, but by far the best 2 Terrans.
Yeah.
So that's, you put him against anyone else, and I think he butchers them. Okay, I think we're going to see a barracks here. And there you go. So he's not going to die to any rush or anything like that. Is that a 12 pool from Soma, I believe?
No, I think it might have gotten a little bit earlier.
Oh, no, that's a 12.
12 pool? Okay.
Yeah. All right, so a 12 pool is a completely fine opening against Terran. I mean, we'll see what he has exactly for his build because obviously he doesn't know that he's Terran yet. But, for instance, if you hit a 12 pool as a Terran player against Zerg, normally it just means the mutas are a little bit quicker. A little bit, slightly lower econ, very quick mutas. But here we see Flash getting his gas, so this will either be some sort of like 1-1-1 build I mean, it could be something silly like a Wraith build. I'd be surprised about that, though. That'd probably be the worst thing he could do.
I think it's going to be the 1-1-1.
You think a 1-1-1?
I think so.
Honestly, I think he's going to do a Goliath build.
Okay.
I think it's amazing on this map. Really good. But we'll see. He has a lot of options.
And so the tournament mentality here for Flash, everyone, is like, okay, I'm guaranteed to win. Let's just play this one out. Let me dominate. Let's go to take that lead and go to game 4 here. So no SCV's mining gas now. And here we see now he confirms it's Terran.
Yep.
Soma doesn't look too shaken, but I mean, you have to expect you're going to play against a Terran a couple times here in a best of 7.
Yeah, of course.
You're just hoping it's as little as possible.
So he scouts, sees the hatchery timing. Gonna go up into that main base and check for the lair. Of course, it has already started. Yeah, it really looks like the Goliath build right now, but we'll see. There's a CC in the main base. Of course, that's a Zergling tight wall in that we see, so he does not need to defend very much. And we'll see in just a few moments here if he goes Armory or Starport, because that's where we get to figure out basically what his plan is.
And so the SCV will continue to scout around here.
Oh, he's about to make whatever it is. Here we go. That SCV is going to decide. Starport.
Starport.
Okay. So it's probably a 1-1-1 build.
Now, last time we casted these two was 3rd place, 4th place of ASL Season 9, and Flash won with a lot of Valkyrie play. I think he went Valkyrie every single game and won.
Yep.
By the way, Valkyrie is another unit that historically wasn't really touched that much, and now is used quite a bit.
Yeah, they're really great against mutas. Really fantastic. And this might be a Valkyrie build. It definitely can be.
That's what I was trying to lead into here. Is you know, is that a thing that might be worthwhile? Because it's double Starport Wraith play. Flash, you devil you.
Well, like I was saying, I personally think that this is probably the weakest thing that he could do. But maybe it'll be unexpected.
Yeah, that's a good point. The thing is, I do wonder, you know, if Zerg goes straight into Muta, it's like, well, now what? You know, I mean, Wraiths can fight Mutas, but Wraiths are actually much more brittle than Mutas.
Mutas are much better than Wraiths.
Mutas are funny because if you never played the game before, you wouldn't think of them as really tough units, but they actually soak quite a bit of damage.
Oh, yeah.
They're hard to kill, they're fast,
awesome.
The glaives are very strong.
Yeah.
They're also incredibly responsive units.
Well, Wraiths are very responsive as well. Flash is fantastic at microing Wraiths. See Soma already taking his 3rd base.
Yep.
Now, this will most likely be into bio from Flash, but I can't say that for sure, right?
A couple other things to note here. Seeing one Wraith does not tell you you're fighting Wraiths.
No.
One Wraith can also be used to clear the map, kind of like, I guess not exactly like a Corsair, but you know what I'm saying. You're out there, you want to scout, kill stuff off, and then use it to defend. But in this case, he's going to go 2-port Wraith.
I think the thing is, you can also, when you're playing against a 2-hatchery opener like Soma's doing, you can go 1-port Wraith to defend the mutas, and then tech into whatever else you want, right? You can just go 1-port Cloak Wraith, and if you kill the Overlords that are around you, then you're totally fine. Look at that.
Flash
oh my
Scout's
God.
exactly around this Overlord.
Wow. That's pretty important for Soma. You need an Overlord that's nearby.
Okay, he's going to catch it.
That's going to take away a lot of his offensive chances. Because you're going to need Overlord speed, basically, before you can attack.
He uses the 1 Scourge to chase that away. The Wraith doesn't know that there's not a 2nd Scourge there. This Scourge is going to scout. I like Soma's play so far. And now he will see the 2nd Starport with the Cloak being researched. He knows exactly what he's up against.
All right. This is kind of an exciting game. This is a game where we've been talking big smack about how his Terran should beat everybody. But in this situation, like looking at these openings, I feel like Soma has a fine chance here, you know? This is a very playable game. He's already got that 3rd base up. These Wraiths are not going to find that much damage. If he has Cloak, you know, you can kind of make him spread his Overlords around and play a little bit defensively right now. But Flash is going to have to go into some other units. It looks like he is going to go into a pretty standard, like, SK Terran type of thing with Wraiths. Now, and that's strong.
one thing about this map is that it's hard to push the third. I mean, the Wraiths, of course, can shoot down drones and everything, but if you're going to go for bio, a lot of times you're trying to push some kind of location and kill that, and on this map, it seems like the island is pretty safe from a ground attack.
Well, I think what he'll do, because he already has 2 starports, is probably grab a dropship or 2.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point,
yeah,
actually. He
like,
could do that.
Once he has enough Wraiths that they support the bio, he should be able to fight mutas, and then it'll be hard to stop a drop that just, like, offloads near the third, right? Not right on top, but near it.
So, he's got a lot of mutas coming out here on the map. It's going to be him on the defense here a little bit. Is there any vulnerability right now for Flash?
Yeah, the mutas are still scary.
The mutas are still a real threat. This is a big wall of turrets, which Terran is basically forced to make.
Yeah, there's some Overlords coming. And you can see how many he's making because he knows that Overlord speed's going to be finishing up. And with them coming in, it's like he has to actually micro reasonably well here. He's made enough turrets that I think he's fine.
Kind of settlings in for no reason there to the natural.
You can tell Flash is very prepared for this. Like, his build, the amount of turrets he's making really kind of show that he understands how this is supposed to look. But of course, it's Flash, right? Nice micro on Flash's side. And now, you can see how unperturbed Soma is, right? Right. He's just sitting there. He's like, well, you can't actually fight me.
Yeah. And he's trying to chip away at this as much as he can.
I feel like he's going to want a Valkyrie or 2.
Okay, Overlord's backing up.
I wonder if he'll make them.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. By the way, Zerg is just committing to making more and more mutas.
It's a lot of Overlords.
Yeah, he's going to pull them away. He has to make sure these Wraiths don't snipe them down here, too. Now, does the Wraith have 1 range more than the Muta? Is that correct?
I believe so.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah.
But the Muta is such
Well, they certainly have longer range. I think it's 1 more, but can't tell you for sure. The units are too quick. It's not like you can kite the mutas.
Right. And when you do this as Terran, you want to put 1, like, trapped SCV in the control group, or is that not a thing
you
here?
do. He probably has an SCV behind his minerals.
So, you know, we talk about this a lot in different matchups, but it doesn't seem to ever be a thing. But do you ever get the 4th gas, the free one that you get in your main?
Yeah, he'll get it because he has 2 starports here, and we just saw the science facility going up, so I think he'll probably go mass vessel and just switch into SK Terran from here.
What about the Zerg? Do you want to get the 4th gas there and then just try to...
Yeah, once he has his drone saturation up, this is actually why I think we see a lot of Terrans go mech here, is because the 4th gas is like almost too easy for Zerg to get, right?
Right.
It's going to be hard to play SK Terran here, basically. But Flash is playing against someone who has made so many mutas that it's not like he's just going to insta-die to Ultra Defiler, right? There's going to be a period in here where he can apply some additional pressure.
That's where he got his ID, man. That's what Soma's short for, is so many mutas, man. By the way, I think we're going to have a hatchery made in the hidden, maybe, in the upper left of the upper right main.
That can be a very good move to Nidus over later.
Yeah, so you put a Nidus there, and then you make your actual hatchery there, so you can send your army out and defend it pretty easily. Terrans are always scanning the spawn locations to check if you're going to be there. So here we have the Defiler Mound, the Ultralis Cavern coming out here. Flash is going to try to push in here.
And the reason he's making both those at the same time, like, that's how you kill Terran when they're going bio. And he can make both at the same time because he has that free 4th gas.
And now we have a bunch of sunken colonies planted down here. Scourge here to catch those dropships Artosis was talking about that could be a factor. And now the vessels are coming, which are really going to make the mutas not very worthwhile.
Yeah, but there's enough sunks that... Can he break that? Yeah, I guess if he gets rid of the mutas, he could. But even with 2 irradiates, he's not going to clear all the mutas.
I don't think he can break it, man. That's so many sunken colonies.
It's a lot. It's a lot. If he has 1-1, you do pretty darn well. And then he also has Wraith damage from the skies. But, yeah. Soma has so many drones tasteless.
Now, would he try to maybe get a drop ship and ferry that in there?
I think it's too messy.
It does seem like Terran has to do something pretty soon here. Like, Zerg has sealed himself off and is teching into some stuff that's a real threat here.
Well, he keeps reinforcing his Marines, which is obviously something you do need to do. But the way he's doing it, I think he's going to look for a couple good irradiates and try to bust the Sunkens right. Oh, he does bring in a dropship. Maybe I was going to say he was going to try to bust the Sunkens right for Ultra.
Oh my God, great job hitting some of those wraiths. You need to have enough cover to actually the dropships hop through.
Yeah.
So we want to watch these two dropships very carefully, because if Soma can actually hold this, you know, Zerg is happy.
Oh, this is getting bad for Flash.
Yeah, I actually think maybe Wraith play was not. Oh, I like the idea of that.
Okay.
Okay, it's showtime.
He's going for it, man. Not so sure it's going to work, though. Uh-oh.
The problem is that the berth between where they are and where they want to be, the Marines can't cover the other Marines.
Yeah, very, very true. All right, Scourge going to come in. Okay, targets a couple of them down.
Okay, he's going to unload here at this island. Is there actually enough?
Yeah. Oh, my God. He's actually absolutely slaughtering. Really nicely done. It really looked like he wanted to drop in that main base.
He might have wanted to make it look like he wanted to make that happen and then exactly plan for this.
That might have been, and now he's killed the third.
And now he's going to drop into the main.
That's, oh my God, look at this. Getting in there. There is a Defiler in here.
You know what's funny about this? I guess defensive matrix lasts so long, you can actually fake drop it into the main and then actually fly to the island and be fine.
Sure. Looks like this drop may not do anywhere near as much. Nice Dark Swarm there.
Yeah, good defensive Dark Swarm.
Gonna kill a decent amount of drones, but honestly, there's so many drones here.
Oh my God.
Oh, that placement.
The greatest drop placement the world has ever seen.
Gotta get Guardians to clear that one, Tasos.
So where are we at in this game?
We're at Flash is wrecking some face right now.
Oh gosh, even the hatchery down there was killed.
Yeah. I mean, killing the Evolution Chamber is gigantic as well, because you're actually looking for 5 Carapace Ultras.
And that Sunken Colony walls out the Ultra. What looked like perfect defense from Soma had tons of holes in it. He's going to go for the Eraser here.
Oh my God.
Remember, vessels don't take damage from Irradiate, but you can still cast it. So he comes through here and just kills all these workers.
Oh, and he's just everywhere
This is
right
over.
now.
This is over.
Yeah, it really is. Oh my God, he's just killed like every drone.
GG.
Wow.
And that is Flash's Terran. And I'll tell you what, up until the last minute and a half, I thought maybe Soma had a shot.
Yeah.
But I think when you look at it, D-Matrix actually lasts so long, you can hem and haw outside their main while they make more and more and more to defend because they think they're going to win, and then you fly right into the island.
Well, he was selling that he wanted to go in the main. Like the way he was standing there and trying to pick off Scourges and Mutas.
Yeah.
Soma kept committing there to try to keep him back so that that drop couldn't occur.
Yeah.
But Flash either changed his mind or had that as a mind game to make his attention up there.
Yeah.
To hit that third, as you suggested. And he had whittled the Mutas down enough that the 2 dropships was enough. I think he probably had 1-1 at that point as well. I mean, really great. he only had this small window, too. Because when you get your Defilers actually out and have all their upgrades, and then you have, like, 4 Carapace Ultras running around, you're not going to break that with Wraith Marine Medic, you know?
Great win from Flash, but also an expected win. Now Flash is up 2-1 in this best of 7. We got to see what happens in Game 4.
Yeah. My God. What a wild night this is so far.
It's been a great day of StarCraft, man. GSL Finals and now this. So we haven't had Flash's Protoss yet. We've had 2 ZVZs, then a TVZ where he dominated. Guys, short break. We come back. Game 4. Don't go away.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
상큼한 복숭아가 사이다를 더 청량하게 새로움을 마시다.
울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
아프리카TV 챌린저 스타리그. 와, 요즘 굉장히 핫해요. 짭제동으로 불리는 박상현 선수예요. 큰 선수 될 것 같다는 생각이 들어요.
예.
저는 또 하면서 이렇게 BJ 생활하면서 행복했던 몇 가지 중에 하나가 ACS 참가할 때였거든요. 그래서 ACS 할 때는 약간 이렇게 말하면 좀 뭐한데 저는 그때도 프로급이라고 인정받아가지고
CJ ACS 우승자가 나왔습니다. 그의 이름은 저그 박상현이에요.
예선 뚫어서 기분 좋고 ASL 본선에서 보고 싶다는 사람들이 많았는데 더 높은 곳까지 갈 수 있도록 하겠습니다. 그 전 시즌에 3코인 강타를 했었거든요. 예선에서. 그때 뭔가 예선 공포증이 생겨가지고 무서웠는데 올라가서 기뻤습니다.
ASL 시즌 8 개막전 대결 인사드리겠습니다. 개막전 A조의 대결 이영호, 박상현, 김승현, 이혜원 선수가 있고 그룹 B의 대결.
영호 형 올려보내고 따라가야겠다 생각했었는데 그날은 하루에 3패 했고요. 근데 그날은 그랬는데 개막전에 그때 사람들도 팬분들도 너무 많이 와주시고 너무 좋은 기억이 떨어졌지만 그날 너무 재밌었고 많이 배웠어요. 두려움도 많이 극복을 하게 된 것 같아요. 네,
ASL 시즌 9 리프레셔.
오늘 쟁쟁한 선수를 잡아내면서
이런 점점 더 성장하는 모습을 보여주고 있기 때문에 김태용이라는 거대한 산맥까지 넘을 수 있을까?
태경이 형이랑 이렇게 게임할 수 있는 대회에서 붙을 수 있는 기회를 얻어서 오히려 기뻤고요. 사람들이 많이 관심을 주셔가지고 두려운 마음보다는 어떻게 이길까만 생각해서 준비했던 것 같아요.
풀세트 접전입니다. 아직 경기 끝나지 않았습니다. 경기는 2대2.
심리적으로는 완전 붕괴된 상태였어요. 2대2 때는. 그래서 어쩔 수 없이 올인을 선택했던 건데 그때 이겼다, 이겼다. 딱 본진 봤는데 졌다. 일단 이게 1초 만에 바뀌었거든요. 태경이 형 멀티 활용해서 다크로 털면서 딱 나도 그 그림의 피해자인가 싶었는데 마지막에 딱 뚫리더라고요. 그때 너무 짜릿했어요. 제 인생 경기라. 시즌 8, 9 거치면서 패기로 막 덤비는 게 그게 다가 아니라는 걸 깨달아가지고 하룻강아지 더 무서운지 모르고 이렇게 영호 형한테 막 왈왈 했는데 그럴 때마다 영호 형이 저를 혼내줬거든요. 네. 이제 강아지에서 좀 더 진화해서 호랑이 대 사자 사자는 아니고 네, 6개 정도는 될 수 있게 제가 재밌게 해보겠습니다. 그렇게 쉽게 무너지진 않을 겁니다. 경기를 끝나고 나서 응원해주신 분들이 많아요. 정말 경기 재밌게 봤다고 다음 경기도 기대하겠다고 너무 믿어주셔서 감사하고 계속 응원해주셨으면 좋겠습니다. 저는 정말 큰 대회라고 생각하거든요. 그래서 저는 ASL 할 때는 ASL만 집중하고 싶어서 다른 건 다 제껴두는데 이 대회장 와서 대회하는 시간도 좋은데 그 준비하는 기간도 너무 행복하거든요. ASL은 저한테 행복인 것 같아요.
We're back at ASL, and Flash has won game 3 here with Terran. That is, of course, to be expected. I thought Soma actually did a really good job until the very end where he was broken. We're going to go to Eclipse now. And now Eclipse is a 1-versus-1 map. Like Benzene, you're a little bit closer together, which means Soma can find out right away if he needs to what race his opponent is.
Yeah. I think this map of all the maps should favor Soma, right? As long as Flash gets Protoss or Zerg, it's like in a lot of ways the smallest map and also a very decent map for ZVP.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure what to expect here. We're going to be going into our game now, guys. Flash with Random, Soma with Zerg. Again, the winner of this will go on to Season 10 ASL Finals. I'm excited. Okay, what do you think? What does Flash get?
I think he's going to get Protoss this time.
I think he needs to get Protoss. No Terran.
Give him Terran.
No!
ASL 시즌 10 게임 준비 완료. 이클립스에서 게임을 시작합니다.
Oh. Well, now Flash is Terran, but the map is fine for ZVT, I think, especially if you play an aggressive style.
Yeah, and again, it's not like it's a 4-player map where you may scout for a while and just not see anything. So
yeah. We'll see what type of strategy Flash wants to do. You can actually, on this map, you can really do anything, especially from the top right position.
Yeah.
Like, whatever Terran vs. Zerg opening, is your bread and butter, you can go after it.
So let's say Flash wins a couple ASLs with random. Is the next step that he has to pick Zerg and that he has to pick Protoss, where he's just like done it with everything?
So, yeah, that's interesting. Well, I think the hardest thing to win with would be picking Zerg.
Is that the next step then?
No, I think picking Protoss would be harder to win with than random, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
I think if you had asked us before the season started, we might have said something different from that. But now that we see him doing it, we're like, I don't know, it's not that hard.
Well, so
Couple
much
of idiots we are.
I mean, the Terran is just, it's untouchable. Flash is Terran, of course, but in these situations where they just don't know the opponent is. By the way, Flash going to go for a quick expand on the low ground, or at least make it look like that. We'll see if he does something trickier.
Yeah, I think he will do it. I mean, the Overlord will probably just scout anyways. So 12 hatch from Soma. Okay. Not too afraid of anything.
And this isn't bad for Zerg either then, right? This isn't like a bad build order pairing then.
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah.
Normally, if they wall like this and you do like a medium speed pool, like a 9 pool to 12 pool, then that's slight advantage Terran, right? Because they just like sit at their wall.
Yeah, they block it off and
Yeah.
stay ahead, but
not many people actually wall that often on this map. I think Flash obviously is just going to go command center right away here. He sends his SCV on the long path to scout to make sure nothing sees it on its way. And Soma going to see it right there.
Depot immediately comes up, denying his scout here.
I believe that...
I thought that was a full wall. Is that not a full wall?
No, the depot's one down, I guess.
So you want to have the barracks up one if you want to have this not completely blocked off.
Yeah, I was going to say, not too many people actually wall here, so I don't get to see walls too often. But it's just like a one hole up at the top. It's still very good at holding lanes and stuff like that. Set an SCV in front of a Marine and you're basically set. All right, well, I mean, that's quite a quick layer, right? A little bit before 3 minutes. Flash, of course, has seen that, so he knows all the timings he needs for turrets and everything. Very quick gas coming up. I'm interested to see which build this is going to be from Flash. Because of the speed of the gas, I actually think we are going to see the new Valkyrie Rush build.
Okay.
And it's not... it's kind of like the build he was using last season against Zero. But there's been... oh! Okay, never mind. Never mind at all. So that is a quick eBay and a quick academy. So he's basically just utilizing the fact that he has a wall and doesn't need to make a bunker and doesn't need to overmake Marines to kind of cheat forward on his upgrades a little bit. He's going to get much quicker +1 than you're going to be used to with a 2-hatch play. Normally you can only get a very quick +1 attack against 3 hatchery because you just don't have the money to fit everything in. But here with a wall, yeah, you can kind of do it. Not something you see every day, that's for sure. So Soma's going to be maybe thrown a bit off by that.
And from the Zerg side of things, is there something you want to be doing specifically to fight against this?
Well,
I mean, are you just going into Spire and trying to take your 3rd and your eventually 4th?
He should just take his 3rd right now and go Mutalisk Harassment.
It does seem like on this map, there's so many bases that Zerg can take, especially the bottom right 2 bases.
Yeah.
Anything with a small ramp you can throw lurkers at.
Totally.
And defend and just hold it from there seem to be quite good.
Yeah, but, it's... Terran knows the places that you're looking at, right? The bases that you would normally think of as like a 4th base, those kind of wide open ones, those bases basically don't get taken at pro level. The top left, that's the greed base, right? Because it's a double gas. If you can get it, it's like amazing as Zerg.
It has the same thing where it's like a low ground, but you could still put lurkers down there, and they can't really run down it.
Yeah, but like you said, those two bases in the bottom right are much more realistic for taking. Now, Flash is doing a very heavy powering build right here, right? He's getting his +1 attack, and he's going right up to 4 racks. So it's like a +1 4x. We'll see if he goes for a 5th. I've seen him do +1 5 racks against 2 hatch play, which is insane. But I think he's going to have to buy some turrets first. This, basically his push out after range and +1 is going to be surprisingly strong. It's going to be something Soma doesn't really play against, because this is not regular bio play.
So the turret's going to finish up over here. We're waiting for Soma to actually start to launch the first attack. That's going to come here with these mutas that are going to be moving out here. And, you know, that eBay, it's placed far enough behind. You know, obviously there's no way that Zerg would have known how quickly this upgrade's going to come. But, yeah, I think you're right in that Flash is going to have a pretty strong army that he can move out on the map with. But already turrets are here in position.
Yeah.
And I might be wrong, but it doesn't seem like the main here is that sophisticated for Terran to defend with turrets, right?
Yeah, no, this spot is much easier to defend than bottom left because of the gas placement. But also, Flash is going to just be out in the front here. He got his academy really quickly. Yeah, he's... Like, look at this. Soma just took a bunch of damage on those mutas. And this is the way you really want to defend. You don't want to even think about them going into your main base so much. He's going to just start pushing out into the map a little bit and saying, Soma, if you don't come here, I'm going to go kill a base.
Okay, now the further out Flash is, the more risk that he can't get back home safely. But it's required, basically, for the Terran to come out and put pressure on the Zerg. You don't want these mutas coming there and hammering all of your SCVs, hitting every location on the map.
He, by the way, has +1 already. So this is very, very quick. He is moving out right now. Look at that. The factory is on the way at 7 minutes.
Wow.
Amazing build from Flash.
Stray drone out here on the map. Looks like it's barely going to get away. Maybe not.
Yeah, and he is really applying pressure now. You see these sunks going up. He does have a Hydralisk Den, so I think he wants to get into lurkers pretty quickly here. But is Flash going to be able to actually bash him first? I think Soma's just going to hold on.
I think he should be okay.
Yeah.
Do we have any lurker eggs here, though? That's the question. When
Not
the lurkers
yet.
burrow, then it could be a little bit trickier. But it's also hard to get Medic Marine up these ramps, especially against 2 sunks. But Flash seems to think he can do it.
Well, he's got that +1, so the mutas can't do much. And it's a point of transition because he is trying to get those lurkers out, so he's spending a lot of his money there. But yeah, going up these ramps against Sunken's place like that, it's like incredibly difficult.
Yeah, it's hard. And if you overextend, you can't run away either. So nicely done there by Soma. And actually, the army might be small enough if Soma chips away at it, especially with +1 attack. He can just whittle that down into nothing.
Maybe. All right, now, the pressure is off. Soma's safe now. Flash is not going to bust him. And, of course, like, basically the second that you're safe as Zerg, you have to send your mutas across the map. If Flash doesn't bring his Marines in his main right now, he's actually going to take so much damage. See, this is the perfect move from Soma.
And now he can come here and hit the one turret that's really keeping things together defensively in this spot. And look at how Soma just moves behind the minerals. It's really hard for these Marines to actually get back over here. This is lots of SCV kills. And then when the Marines get back there, Soma has a very good angle of attack. He wins everything in this fight. Soma with brilliant muta play.
Oh my God.
All right, this is the ZVT we were looking for here.
Yeah, yeah.
And
really well done. Flash read it, but slightly late. His Marines were just a little bit late to support the turret.
Oh my gosh.
You can see the amount of damage that's being taken. It's insane. And this spot is generally easier to keep mutas out, but once they're in, your comm stat actually stops your Marines from rotating around very easily.
The surface area, I'm glad you pointed that out actually, because it's to someone who has not played Terran, they might not truly appreciate that.
Yeah.
The way that clogs the entrance, even though these Marines can win the fight against the Mutas, it takes too long for them to get there. And I mean, I don't even know how many SCVs were killed there.
It was a huge amount. Soma is light years ahead right now. Flash has 2 starports. He doesn't even have add-ons for them. So now we have a bunch of lurkers out, Hive on the way. The drone count is probably equal to the SCV count, which is crazy. Yeah, this looks amazing for Soma. If he gets a containment up, oh my gosh, what do you even do here? And Flash is like, oh, look at him sit behind. Soma just setting up those lurkers. Those will probably hold position.
And the amount of damage that was taken there by Flash, it's really hard to come back out and punish the Zerg, right? I mean, you're in a position here where now there's lurkers out. You know, we have vessels that are going to be coming here, but, you know, you misstep even once on hold position lurkers, it's going to be a huge problem. There's enough mutas now. Okay, now S10 Leagues, watch, he's going to fly back in. Is this
exactly how you want to do it?
Yeah.
Soma's playing like a beautiful CVT.
And this is probably a game that Soma can win from here.
Absolutely, yeah. He's advantaged for sure. You can see his supply is higher than Flash's.
Yeah, and he cleans off the turret. Does Flash just want more turrets there, or is that not even the issue right now?
No, it's not the issue anymore. He needed more turrets there, or is... Oh, no.
Oh, Flash miscontrolling here.
Ooh. Yeah, basically... Oh, no. The Muta's coming back for revenge.
And again, there's not going to be many more SCVs in this game. Nice irradiate. Can he pull it off? Does he just ignore it?
Yeah. Well, the Mutas are not getting out. Okay, so...
Well, very cool, decisive play there to just say, nope.
Basically, what's happened this game is the second that Soma knew he wasn't going to die, he sent his Mutas back across the map. Because what you're doing, you're walking this tightrope as Terran, where you want to put on pressure to keep the Mutas out of your base so you don't have to overbuild turrets. But as soon as Zerg is actually safe, the Mutas go back. So if you are not ready for that, they will kill you every time, exactly like Soma has. And Flash just was a little bit slow. But look, he's taking a big risk here. Double dropship going across the map. Let's see, can they get out?
The Flash wants to swing the game.
I don't see Scourge tasteless.
I don't see anything.
Scourge are coming in, but a little bit late.
Scourge are coming. I think he can still get one of these. Oh, maybe even both.
Well, yes, a lot of Marines actually made it out. Oh my God, this drop doing serious work in the main.
Defilers are hatching, but not in time to allow this fight to be taken very easily here.
Whoa.
This might be enough damage that the game turns on its head.
It might indeed. A lot of damage done. A beautiful scan there. He's already picked off 2 lurkers. Oh my God, picks off the 3rd. Oh, the Ling's gonna die as well.
And if this isn't cleaned up quickly, this game's gonna spiral out of control. A game that Soma had so much control over. He's coming down now. Oh no, someone's gonna lose these lurkers too. And he can get the Defiler Mound.
Oh my God, getting the Defiler Mound. Soma is taking so much damage. He's 20 supply down. He was 5-6 supply up. And the turn of this from just that double drop.
There's been so many games that Flash wins with 2 dropships in this matchup. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And Flash is going to just keep this alive for as long as he can. Now, meanwhile, in the middle of the map is a big push here from Flash. Remember, the Defiler was killed off. If these vessels can just irradiate the 2 remaining Defilers, only one does get irradiated. Ooh. So 1 swarm will buy some time.
Okay, this game is not done. Flash did a lot of damage. He's definitely back in it. But top left has been taken. If Flash does not figure that out or kill him before top left kicks in, that can absolutely be a Soma comeback.
Ultras are hatching here.
Yeah, big deal as well.
Oh, but there is a Defiler still in the mix. I don't think he can do it.
He can't get in there anymore.
I think it's not worth it.
The dropship harassment won't do anything else. Oh, that was a beautiful bait by Soma. A beautiful bait.
And the fact that that killed the science vessel that had the energy to actually irradiate is huge.
It is huge. Now, what does Flash do? He doesn't... Oh, my God. He has a Nidus actually blocking himself.
This is the second... Oh! This is a bumpy game with these guys.
Yeah. This is a down and dirty one.
Damn, he saves that.
Good thing.
Considering how much is on the line, this is pretty crazy. I mean, when you consider the fact that there's been so many moments where there's been dropships lost, you know, the dropships actually getting in the main here like this.
Also, he's only getting like 1 irradiate per vessel about, which is kind of painful.
Okay, he's going to get that last Defiler, but there should be another Defiler mound up by now, right?
You would think.
You'd have to imagine. But this isn't enough to drop, right?
There's another Defiler.
Oh
at
my
least.
God,
Defiler
there's another
mount
Lurkers
finishes.
over here too. He can't take this, and now I don't know that he can even get out.
Oh yeah, those Lurkers actually really nicely hidden. He will start to take a decent trade behind the minerals. Not sure what he's going to really get done here.
Going to go for the spawning pool.
I mean, that's Defiler food gone.
Oh, he barely doesn't save it. Now an attack over here in the front. Is he ready over here? There's one Lurker in the back.
He's going for the bust. Targets that Lurker. Oh no, I think this is too much. I don't think that Flash is going to be able to break through.
Well, some more Lurkers come, or Ultras come up here in the front. He does take out the last vessel. I think Soma's done it. GG! Soma beats Flash's Terran.
Wow.
And that is why this series is Flash's toughest challenge yet. Soma is such a scary Zerg.
Yeah. Flash used a build that's a little bit off meta.
Yeah.
Not used very often. And very powerful. And he nailed a lot of it. But the mutas that flew back towards the main as soon as the Lurkers were basically ready. Soma was the first one to pick up on the fact that Flash couldn't do damage. And Flash actually picked up a little bit later. You saw him start to move the Marines into the main base, but the mutas got there first, and Soma punished him so hard.
Now, it was beautiful to see the mutas come in there. Tactically, how he handled it was perfect. And now we're tied up 2-2. And again, guys, if Soma wins this, don't forget, he also beat Flash's Terran. Dude, Flash is supposed to win every game with Terran.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Soma's supposed to win every ZVZ. So I guess here we are, right? They're 1-1 ZVZ. They're 1-1 TVZ. We need 2 PVZs now, Tasteless. That's what we need.
I am loving tonight.
It's amazing.
So we've got many more games ahead here. This was the moment where he's going to fly. And if you go back home, you see there's hardly any SCVs mining. So, like, this is really all Flash has.
Yeah.
Because obviously we didn't see any of Flash's expansions killed off or anything like that. But this was everything that he could muster. That was zoned out here. Not even a full control group of SCVs there. And as this is going on and Flash realizes, okay, I at least killed the pool in the last second. Maybe I can come in here and kill him when he can't make lings, when he can't make more sunks. Not a bad decision, but it was one that wasn't enough, and now we're tied up.
A very cool game there. Expertly played by Soma. That's a big win, too, right? You're playing against a random Terran from Flash.
But that is the map. You get to find them right away.
That's true, too.
Wait until we get on Polypoid Artosis.
yeah. That's a good point. Well, wait till we see what race he gets on Polypoid. I believe Ringing Bloom is actually next.
You are correct.
That is where I want to see the Protoss.
Guys, we've got a short break. We come back. Game 5. Don't go away.
디자인을 하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
거기 들어와. 그 밑에 걔 잡고. 나이스. 됐어.
미안해 로나. 화났어?
미안해. 내가 해줄게.
아 잠깐 내가 누르면 안 돼. 누르면 안 돼 지금. 자 이렇게 하는데 무슨 소리야?
좋은 시간 되세요.
From the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
고고! 핫식스!
고
성능을 대용량 배터리로 언제 어디서나 더 오래 즐기다. 72Wh 대용량 배터리, 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준, LG 울트라 기어. 듀얼 메모리, 듀얼 저장 장치, 고성능을 듀얼 업그레이드로 더 오랜 기간 즐기다.
상큼한 복숭아가 사이다를 더 청량하게, 새로움을 마시다.
실성 사이다.
ASL returns after Flash has been defeated with his Terran. Now this is the stakes right here with Somas and Queens. Larvas, I don't know yet, but the Soma and Queen games here, we know that they can beat Flash's Terran. That's why this is so hard for Flash, and Flash has already said his random is weakest versus Zerg.
Yeah, it's scary when a Zerg plays that tightly, that beautifully. The next map that we're going to be playing on, Ringing Bloom, I think this is a really decent map for both Terran vs Zerg and Protoss vs Zerg.
Sure. ZVZ is also a possibility. I don't know exactly the makeup of a game like that either. All right, Artosis, call it. Which one is it? I'm afraid Flash is going to get Terran again.
PVZ.
PVZ, please, PVZ. Yes.
링잉 블룸에서 게임을 시작합니다.
Oh, yeah!
Protoss. All right. All right. This is what we want to see. Flash using all of the races. I really want to see him get Protoss twice here and then go to map 7. I don't care what race he gets then. Whatever it is to finish it off, but like go 1-1 with each race against Soma and then finish it off with a best of 3 with one of the races.
Now, we got to point out, this is, I think, not a bad map for Protoss for sure.
Yeah. Protoss has seemed pretty comfortable here, PVZ.
Yeah, I think it's very doable. Again, though, Soma doesn't know Flash as Protoss. We have to remind ourselves that. You know, you get so caught up in what the matchup could look like. But, of course, there are variables like what is Soma open with? Does he decide to take some kind of a risk? Or, yeah, you know.
Totally. What does Flash end up deciding he wants to do here, right? Like, does he have a specialty PVZ build here? Does he play I mean, if there's a map in the pool you can play a macro game on, this would be it.
He has tinkered with some pretty unique PVZ builds. But on this map, I mean, the biggest takeaway you can have is that you start out on high ground. So you're probably not going to die to a Hydra bust.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Not dying to a Hydra, or I should say, it's not dying to a Hydra bust, but not having the possibility of being easily killed by a Hydra bust.
Yeah.
Opens up the game for Protoss quite a bit more.
Now, this looks like a 9-pool speed from Soma.
It is, and this is going to be interesting because 9-pool speed when held by the Protoss, and when I say held, I mean they didn't get inside your base.
Yeah.
You're ahead. Unless there's some kind of follow-up all-in you can do. But, oh no, does he see it?
No, Flash will definitely
Flash
know
will
this
never,
scout he is not going to let him see that he's Protoss until Flash finds the base.
The thing is, Protoss never default into a game thinking, oh, am I going to get 9-pool speed linked? You're expecting a overpool or a quick hatch, you know?
Okay.
And when you see it, then you got to immediately drastically shift your build into defending the 9-pool speed. Now, this is gate first, Artosis, not forge first.
Yeah. So what does this mean?
Well, this opening's pretty big. And
Soma's going the wrong direction, though. He's going towards top left.
Yeah.
Even the probe's going to see those lings, right?
Yes.
And this is going to be the first he knows about him being Protoss. Oh, there it is.
Now, Soma is not confident that the spawn is not there.
Yeah.
But
Sees that it's not. Imagine if it was there. It's just he doesn't have a pylon, I think.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, you just run up there and you know, you can just grab. You got to be very careful with the
Dude,
first
he's
zealot.
making a lot of lings. That's
Yes,
like
he
10
is.
lings.
Well, let's keep in mind, Soma's link control should be better than Flash's.
There's
zealot
no
control.
forge. Tasteless.
No, he's going to try to just hold it with zealots.
He's just going to die.
Hold on. He's okay, so the lings get in. This is going to be very tough.
Uh-oh.
And the decision-making here by Soma is pretty good. Now, again, speedlings are better than zealots in this situation because they can run around and hit units, and when the zealots catch up, they run away. So more speedlings are coming. I imagine that's a forge being made over just below the gateway.
Oh my god, this looks so tough for Flash. Is he going to cancel the Nexus, you think?
He might have to.
I think he has to. Like, just hold that ramp and then try to hold the front. He can't save everything at once.
The problem is players like Soma are very good at this. I think the Nexus wasn't even canceled.
It was not canceled.
He actually just lost it.
You see his mouth open wide. His mouth just opened so wide.
Yeah, Flash has realized now he's in real peril here. Now, he's trying to get control here of his main, but the funny thing is Zerg has locked out the Protoss from an expansion. Zerg's double expoing here.
Yeah.
Not just that, the gateway is going to get torn down here.
Oh, no, it gets worse.
Oh, he gets through. He's going to dive on the cannon.
God.
Diving on the cannon, forcing a cannon reset completely allows the Protoss to spiral out of control. Now he can merge with the rest of these lings. He's going to try to finish off the gate. I think he's going to get that no problem. This is going to allow free movement here. A cannon has to be placed now here in the main. Now keep in mind, Protoss can survive this. The question is, can they win a game from here?
Yeah.
Against one of the 3 best Zergs in the entire world. That is tough to say. I think you put Bisu here, you put Snow here, you put Mini. I
think they actually lose, too.
I think they lose, too, yeah.
Well, maybe if he had canceled the Nexus, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
But right now, he's so far behind in every way, right?
So the Nexus has started again. And now the last probe on the map is dead. Protoss might try to slip one out, but Zerg's going to be looking for that. And from here, you don't know what game you're playing against the Zerg.
No, you do
This
not.
is the second problem for the Protoss after the 9 pool has been effective and done damage, as you have no idea what's going on. You don't even have a Cybernetics core, in this case, up yet. You don't have a Stargate out. You can't get a Corsair to even figure out what's going to happen. There it is, a Cybernetics core at 5 minutes and 40 seconds.
Is that bad?
Oh, Artosis. It's very, 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 very bad.
Oh, man.
We still don't have cannons here, and Zerg has every right to try to keep doing this and maybe bait the
Every right,
out.
you say.
They do.
I challenge
It
that.
should not be all right.
This
But
filthy cheeser. My God.
But this is a smart move. Protoss
Yeah.
tend to neglect cannons on this map, so going for 9 pool speed allows you to really hurt that. Second gas is taken here.
Okay.
And there's a smorgasbord of different ways for Zerg to play from here on out.
What's the 900 IQ move for Protoss, though?
I think to go for Mutas.
Wait, no. The 900 IQ move
Oh,
for
for Protoss?
You like do something that dies the Mutas.
Do something that dies the Mutas. I would say go 2 Stargate maybe. I don't know, try to hard counter the Mutas.
Okay. Okay.
But it's hard to say.
Thing is, I feel like Flash needed to have Yeah, you got
Me
it,
and
Tasus.
Flash are the smartest people in the game. That's why I have to be.
That's why you both lose to Zergling Rush.
That's why I'm up here. It's like, all right, Chases, you just explain what Flash is doing, all right?
Yeah.
So he knows that Mutas are the most likely.
You got to take a gamble, right?
So he says, let me try to just actually hard counter Mutas. If Hydras come out with speed, I'm going to die.
Yeah, yeah. It's very reasonable, I think. You have to start taking some risks. But Soma right now is going up to 5 hatch. I mean, his macro is going to be out of control. He's going to be able to switch out of Mutas relatively easily, I would think. Man, this is a tough one.
But again, it's not just for Protoss a game of survival from here on out. From now, it's him trying to climb out of this hole he's in. And Zerg has basically won the circumstances of the early game. And now, you know, Zerg is also going to have a lot of access to the map, to the resources there.
You know, I haven't seen in ASL many successful 2 Stargate games.
Yeah, it either really wins or you have a bunch of Corsairs and you die.
Yeah, it feels like that's the one where like they have so many Hydras and then you have like your speed lots and they just don't quite do it.
He will eventually get one Dark Templar that comes out with this and see if when he threatens the mutas he can't maybe do damage with a DT somewhere else.
All right, let's see if he has cannons up in the natural. One is coming. Uh-oh. Faceless.
Well,
okay, he knows it's 2 Stargate Corsair.
Yeah. He knows for sure that's what he's up against. But the Zerg can also try to match this, getting Muta armor, getting more Scourge.
Really?
Yeah.
Against 2 Stargate?
You can.
Madman. You must be an ogre to do that, Tasteless.
You better be an ogre Zerg gamer if you're going to do that, man. But let's find out. I mean, you can also just switch into Mass Hydra with Overlords.
Yeah. I feel like that's the play. I think we're going to see that. He's got a lot of drones, man.
And one of the things you got to be careful about here is that they can actually just corner. I'm so surprised. I guess this Zerg wanted to just try to come in here and get as many kills as he can, and he's going to abandon mutas altogether.
Yeah. But did he just lose? Yeah, he's down to 67 of 22 supply.
And he lost all of his Overlords. The idea, I guess, from Flash here is to try to get a ton of Zealots with speed here.
Yeah.
And just
overwhelm?
Yeah, and just hopefully they don't have enough stuff and you overwhelm them.
Yeah, like keep them supply blocked and things like that. But he has like a decent number of Hydras. If he hatches all his Overlords at his third.
Yeah, that should be the idea. Now, again, Flash is so good, maybe he does have some kind of miracle play here. This isn't actually that much.
This is, I mean, he has enough, I think, because Soma's still supply blocked. If those Zealots charge in on top of all the Hydras, can't he bring his Corsairs at the same time and kill all the Overlords?
So funny, I'm hearing our Korean casters react to this. Yeah, look, if he actually comes in here and wins this fight and just kills the Overlords, then yeah, the Protoss will just run him over. Now, every Overlord is important here because
well, I guess
every Overlord kill, there's Hydras that aren't hatching. The problem is the SimCity here is actually really good.
Yeah, you can't.
And it's like, I've seen so many Protosses try to take fights over here, and it's like, unless you maybe just like target the, I don't know, the Evo. I guess the Evo's not even in a good spot, but you know what I mean.
Well, honestly, Tasteless, this might be where Flash can really show his level, because this is one of his superpowers is Terran. He doesn't take fights he's not going to win, like ever, which is how most Terrans lose most games.
Right. Well, it's how most players lose most games.
Yeah, no, very, very
true. You get into a situation where you're like, okay, I think this is what I think I've got a good read on this. Nope, no, I do not. You're right. Flash usually looks at a fight and then runs away if it's not going to be perfect for him.
Absolutely. And we see him doing that right now. In fact, he splits his units in a couple directions. Dude, this is scary stuff. There are a lot of Hydras out already.
Oh, got to be careful with those Corsairs.
Okay, he's actually going to engage.
This is too many Hydras.
Yeah, the micro a little bit too good.
Now,
bringing a Pi Templars, though, to help.
Maybe with some good storms, but Soma is really just exploding on the map here. Another good supply block. Let's see these storms. This can't be intentional.
What?
His Templars are just going the wrong way.
Maybe it is.
Maybe he thinks that the Zerg will think he's going to corner him, and then this angle of attack will surprise him.
Yeah, it could be. Soma looks like he's going for a counter. He's kind of got Soma's army trapped. If that's a trap, and it's not just Soma's going to kill him.
He's going to see the Templars. It's all up to dodging here. You got to figure out where they're going to storm and run before it really does any damage. Remember that Storm actually does damage Zealots too. So if you can pull the Zealots into the side storms, maybe you got a shot. How many Hydras are actually here now?
Is he going to supply block him again? Oh my god.
Flash is incredible.
He's pretty good at this game. Tasteless.
That was pretty
9 full
insane.
speed, gut in his base, killed his gate, and killed his natural. And he is right now fighting pretty darn well against Soma. I still don't believe that he's going to win this, but...
Well, he might, man.
You think?
I mean, Zerg really can't lose this many Overlords. There's a point where, like,
can they just...
You're just making Overlords the whole game. And
yeah.
Keep in mind, Protoss, the more they make, the more sophisticated the army's going to be. PvZ, you know, the more different units Protoss have in that group, the better it is, generally speaking.
Yeah.
They just all sort of work together. But for now, he's got a pretty good ground and pound Zealot Lurker army. Now, keep in mind, there's no detection with this. I'm sure the detection's coming. I think he's making the observatory now. But Protoss has their own problems here. It's not just about Zerg losing Overlords. Protoss need to get a base up here. And right now, there's no Dragoons with range out.
Yeah, this looks pretty rough. Loses a High Templar there. Nice pick off.
I think we're going to have a lot of Lurkers made coming in here. Now, there's part of the Protoss army that's out on the map that is looking for a fight, but I think Soma's got a pretty good balance of offense and defense here. Now, again, Dragoons with range naturally counter Lurkers, with observers, of course. But I, again, don't see a third base here for Flash. I know he's going to be getting it soon, but we need Dragoons out here. You can't, if there's enough Lurkers here, the Zealots will just die.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like too many, like a couple Lurkers right now.
Okay, he's going to try to come in here and sandwich this.
Like a flank.
Notice how he targets the Archon initially. Here comes an Observer now. Now, there's no Overlord here.
Yeah,
but
very true.
There's a Hydra flank coming here.
I think he might have one Storm.
Yeah, I think there's still enough Hydras.
Yeah.
And now, for all... That's it, GG. He's basically will be able to box him in forever here. I was going to say, you know, it looks like Protoss might have something going. Once you've got the rest of the Protoss back in, you've chased him back home, you do the Lurker Contain forever and you win the game.
Yeah.
Great game there, and Flash knows the threat of being knocked out is very real. And by the way, remember how Rush lost to each of the Flash races?
Yeah.
Soma's now beaten each of Flash's races. He won a ZVZ.
Yeah.
He won just now a ZVP, and he also beat Flash in a ZVT.
Yeah.
This is why we were saying Soma's and the Soma's games and Queen's games especially, and maybe even Larva's games. He's a very good planner.
Well, it seems like his aggressive openers are doing a number on Flash.
Well, you're seeing also that Zerg are able to take certain risks. And suddenly it's the Protoss player, whether you know he's Protoss or not. I mean, Protoss like to skip Forge there.
Yeah.
And that opening, I'm sure there's other things you do against Zergs or against Terrans in that situation. But in that game, yeah, he stopped the expansion. We're going to have a short break. We come back, Game 6 here in the ASL semis with Flash versus Soma.
디자인하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
거기 들어와. 그 밑에 걔 잡고. 나이스. 자, 됐어.
미안해 로우나. 화났어?
미안해. 내가 해줄게.
아 잠깐 내가 누르면 안 돼. 아 누르면 안 돼 지금. 자 켜놨는데 무슨 소리야?
좋은 시간 되세요.
From the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
고고! 핫식스!
성능을 대용량 배터리로 언제 어디서나 더 오래 즐기다. 72Wh 대용량 배터리, 고성능 노트북의 새로운 기준, LG 울트라 기어. 듀얼 메모리, 듀얼 저장 장치, 고성능을 듀얼 업그레이드로 더 오랜 기간 즐기다.
상큼한 복숭아가 사이다를 더 청량하게, 새로움을 마시다.
Gotta kick off the new year with a bang. Mufasa, I'm an animal that cannot be tamed. I bought a new detector for y'all fake ass chains. Just know me and you, we are not the same. The basic kick you in the chest, no FIFA.
We're back at ASL, and we're going to go to Polypoint. I think this is a map that is a random player's dream.
Okay.
It's huge. It's got 4 spawns. Everybody knows that when you play against random on Polypoint, you scout them last no matter which way you go.
Dude, I thought it was only me.
Now, oh gosh, okay, so if it's ZVZ, I think Soma can still absolutely win. PVZ, slightly Soma favorite, I'd say.
Okay. TVZ, Flash favored.
I think it's Flash favored, yeah.
It's always Flash favored TVZ.
Let's go.
Now, Soma's got some room for creativity here too. Maybe he does a 9 pool again. That can be good on very big maps you get scouted last.
Soma is pumped up,
Yeah,
man.
He knows he's so close. He's beaten every one of Flash's races. Flash, unmoved, I would say. Definitely a little bit annoyed with his losses here, but he's bounced back from so much.
All right, let's just see it. There's nothing left to do but to roll the dice.
Roll the dice. Let's do this. Game 6 starts
ASL
now.
시즌 10 게임 준비 완료. 폴리포이드에서 게임을 시작합니다.
What do you think, Tasis? What's it going to be?
I think I want Protoss.
I wouldn't mind
think
Terran just so we get game 7. Flash is Zerg. He's Zerg.
He's Zeg.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Now you pay, random player. Okay, so what is there? Wait, hold on. Where are they scouting? Soma scouts north. He's on the left side.
Okay.
Flash scouts
towards Soma.
Towards Soma.
Well,
or
kind
actually,
of towards
kinda,
Soma.
yeah,
More
towards the
center.
middle.
Okay, okay. Well.
Now, again, Soma doesn't know Flash is Zerg, so.
What is Flash's opener here?
Now, in game 1 on Plasma, I want to point out again, because I mean, it almost looked silly as a game, and it actually kind of was, is that, you know, Soma has to prep for the other 2 races, and because that is a pure island map in a ZVZ, Flash just got the build order win and won. And Flash does, as a random player now, occasionally he's able to map out a build where he can just beat him, unless the other player is playing risky here.
By the way, this is a 9 pool. Or a 9 hatch. Aren't 9 hatch builds Ling builds? Where you're going 9 hatch so you have extra larva so that you can do a Ling attack? I'm fairly certain a Zerg player told me that.
Yeah, that could be.
Doesn't sound like something I'd make up.
Now, I don't know. I mean, again, you know, the thing about Flash's builds, for all the StarCraft fans who are watching and who like to dink around with these builds on the ladder, like, let's take the game that Flash lost in ZVZ on Benzene. Literally never try that if you get a ZVZ and you both pick Zerg.
Yeah.
You will just die.
Yeah.
He only did that because he knew there's other variables that Soma might not choose, and Flash is very good at taking risks. But it didn't work. So I don't know if there's another type of build that Flash can try to do, or because he knows he might be scouted late, there's some kind of benefit he can get from this. I mean, obviously, it can only go a few different ways, right? Lings or mutas. So here we go.
Soma's going to see it.
Zerg confirmed.
Oh, he shakes his head.
Yeah,
he doesn't like his build that he
yeah.
has. It's a 12 hatch, 11 pool, 10 gas that Soma did. It's a 9 hatch, 9 pool from Flash.
But I think this is
and
better
9
for
gas
Soma.
too.
Generally, if you
yeah,
got
I think
your
in
pool
general,
and gas
you're right.
later and your hatch later,
yeah.
as long as you didn't get it so late that you die, you just have more drones.
Yes, I pretty much agree with you, but
it's a big map. He might not scout him and know that, and maybe Flash makes way more lings.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll see. Notice how he takes all of his drones off
Okay.
the minerals. He's getting speed. So I think what he's going to do is basically attack with a very surprising amount of Zerglings.
And these are rules that, again, only apply with a random player versus a player who's just chosen the race, in this case, Zerg. Now, does he just go right under the Overlord? A lot of times you'll see them actually loop around there, but there might be a second mind game here. Because, again, the timings of this, and I don't know the Zerg timings for ZVZ builds that well, but maybe you look at this and think, oh, that's a 9-pull speed or something.
Yeah.
And it's actually, or something later than that, excuse me. But you guys get what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe this looks like a 12 pool or
yeah,
something.
12 pull,
but,
exactly, thank you.
Okay, he's making a creep colony, which I think is the best thing he could be doing.
He has one drone.
Oh, gosh, this looks really good for Soma, right?
Attack me, look at this egg, attack me.
I think Flash is going to attack. Yeah, here we go. Flash not really targeting the drone. Drone really is getting in the way quite a bit.
Targets the drone, kills the drone.
Oh my god.
Pops into the main. Speed is done now for Flash. It is not finished yet for Soma.
All right, let's see what that micro can do for Flash.
The Lings will come in here now and dive on top of the Sunk.
Okay, he's coming back down the ramp to flank the Lings that were trying to defend the Sunk.
Oh, the Sunk is actually taking a lot, but it looks like Flash might win this fight over here.
Okay, gets rid of the Sunken.
Speed is done on both sides. Speed is finished on both sides. Soma has enough Lings. Again, remember, this is Flash's world right now. I mean, Soma's world right now. Is Ling versus Ling.
Dude, Soma looking good. He's got a lot of Lings. Flash does not have that many coming, and Soma is only making Lings right now.
Yep. Soma seems to have enough. Flash may be forced into a standard CVZ.
The creep colony puts a lot of pressure on him, too.
Yeah. This means that Flash has to pull the trigger and try to end the game.
Seems difficult.
And I just don't see how that's mathematically possible. If, oh, hold on. We're going to run in?
No. Let's just see Overlord up there.
Okay, so
Flash starting to mine gas, so you can see this is not looking super hot for him.
All right, Flash is dialing it back into a macro ZVZ.
Oh, gosh.
But now, how many drones are here on each side?
Soma is going to get his Spire now, man. I think he's basically can look at this and know.
No, he doesn't have it yet.
He'll start it soon, I think. Flash needs to keep him contained. There are a lot of Lings for Soma. Okay, that was the Spire. It just went down.
And so he wants to just squeak out a few mutas to try to come across the map and attack, but Flash has not stopped. Now, keep in mind, Soma also has Overlords over here seeing the Lings come out, so he knows the Ling count is rising and rising.
Yep.
There's no drones mining at either natural. What started out as a fight to try to get an expansion is now just a territory to try to control while you tech out of this game. And I think that Flash is... I don't know how he can attack Soma. Soma's position seems impregnable.
Yes, it really does. Well, Flash just keeps making Lings. Maybe what you're doing is waiting for that moment when you think they've started mutas, because they take longer to build, and maybe you have that advantage. It's the only thing I can think.
But I feel like you just need one muta right now. So I think you
100%.
fly one muta,
yeah,
and you have everything
it's a
else
very
is
good
Lings,
point, Tasteless.
and you take 1,000 years.
Oh God,
a second creep.
Dude, that
Now,
walls it so well too. This spot,
yeah, this is like
that's so tight there.
Okay, here we go. I think no player can breach this.
No.
And by the way, he's not even going to rush into making that. Okay, hold on, he is. And this angling is just not good for Flash here.
Yeah.
And there's a second Sunken colony inbound. GG, Soma has done it, and he's in the finals, defeating the greatest gamer of all time, Flash.
Still an amazing accomplishment from Flash.
Yeah.
He got to the round of 4. He has a seed for next season with random.
And I'll tell you what, I'm glad that we got to see Soma against Flash's Terran, and he actually won a game.
Makes it feel more legit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The worst thing that we could ever happen is like 4 games with Terran where he wins, and then 3 losses with Zerg or Protoss. It's like, all right, well, that's fortune is on your side, my friend. I think Flash made some good decisions in that game, that last one, but Soma knew how to defend and then propel himself into a better position.
Yeah. His defense was just too strong. I saw, Flash had the idea of flanking down, like hitting the Sunken once all the links followed him up. Just little, Sunkens have high armor, high damage. It takes a long time to kill.
Yeah.
And he just got behind at that point.
Well, again, you just need 1 Mutalisk there. So we're going to show this. This is
that was never going to work.
This angle is just not good for Flash.
If this was completely wide open, he actually has a shot. But you can see Soma pull back into areas where it's like, even if Flash has more links, the Sunken gets so many shots off that you will just never break it.
Between all the damage, the Sunk, every time it fires, is 1 extra dead Zergling, basically.
Just about.
And so, at the end of the game, it was Flash with 9 drones, Soma with 2. They were even, and Soma just got the 1 Spire up. That was inbound, had 1 drone on gas, and made 2 Sunks. And Flash is never going to win the Muta race. It's kind of funny, the way it ends and starts.
Yeah.
It started with Flash winning with Muta dominance. It also won with 1 Muta that would be ahead that would allow him to win. We're doing an interview. Congratulations, Caster Park says from the caster desk. You're in the finals for the first time in your life. How do you feel? He says, I'm feeling absolutely fantastic. I'm so happy right now. Still, though, in my heart, I think Flash is the best player. I don't want to come off as overconfident just because I defeated Flash. I have so much respect for him. I put so much effort and hard work into this. Now you have a chance to show you that you're the best Zerg in the ASL. You've not only defeated Flash, you also defeated Flash's Terran today. I think Flash in some ways has more pressure than me. I think he felt a lot more responsibility trying to represent Random and be the best StarCraft player. And I'm very fortunate that I was able to win. But after the first map, you lost in a pretty disappointing fashion. What were you thinking after game 1? Well, I practiced my micro a lot for a Muta fight, but my hands were actually tremoring. I wasn't able to quite do what I wanted to. I wasn't able to control my Mutalisks the way I had hoped. Anyway, I tried to just erase from my mind game 1 and just do a reset, and it worked, and I'm glad it did. You'll be up against another Zerg, either Larva or Queen. Since you're against a Zerg, you must be very confident. Yeah, I think that's true. I think in the end, they are other Zergs. I don't mind either player, whoever comes out. Although I would like to conclude my rivalry with Larva. So I hope Larva can advance. I also want to show to all my fans some great play and that I'm the best in ASL. Seems like when it comes to ZVZ, you're confident you're the best. No, I don't mean that. Look, whoever comes to the final match against me, it's going to be really, really, really tough. I don't think it'll be much of a difference, whether it's against Queen or against Larva. Any words to your fans? Honestly, I know that many fans out there are not eager to see a ZVZ finals, but since it's going to happen no matter what, I want to pay the fans back with an awesome ZVZ. I promise this will be the best ZVZ ever. What are you talking about? Most players are looking forward to ZVZ finals, like Castor Park says. He says that's the most exciting matchup.
그렇죠. 예, 저희도 10번 시즌하면 단 한 번도 저저전 결승전이 안 나왔어요. 언제 나오냐, 언제 나오냐, 언제 나오냐. 오늘 나오게 됐습니다.
We've had 10 seasons. We've had 10 finals. We've never had a ZVZ finals. Castor Park says. I'm sure many people are excited to see you play. He just said say something for the fans. He said, please keep watching. ASL finals is going to be great. Support ASL. He's right. Support ASL, guys. Tune in.
Hell yeah.
Give us the views. It helps us out. And I think this is going to be a great ZVZ.
Oh, of course. It's going to be awesome.
Flash's random is out of the game.
Well, that was an exciting match either way. Flash is out, but he'll be back next season, probably playing random.
Queen vs. Larva, Queen vs. Larva.
That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow. Taste.
It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
Are you sure you're in the right line of work?
Soma. Put the gun down, Soma.
Tell you, he's a hard-working guy.
I'm no scumbag random player. Don't hurt me. So this is the 5th Zerg finalist.
Wow, Zergs do really well, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, well, we'll see if he joins most of them in 2nd place. But
where they belong.
Yeah.
You know, it is exciting to have Flash playing random, and he's going to be back in the next season of ASL next year. But I am excited to have new blood in the scene here, and Soma is playing
100%.
so well, and he's passionate, and I appreciate how humble he is, even in the glory of defeating Flash in a best-of-7, which basically nobody's done.
No, that's true.
You know, except for maybe like 1 or 2 players.
Best-of-7?
Have we actually had him lose a best-of-7?
No.
All right, so he's the first. Wow, way to go. You beat the Magnus Carlsen of StarCraft with the most games behind it.
That's an awfully strong statement about Magnus Carlsen's skill. I know he's really
good.
Yeah,
he's not as good as Flash as at StarCraft.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, this was awesome. Flash. Do you hope he plays random again next season?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, I want his tearing back, Artosis.
Well, I wouldn't mind him just like winning one to keep everyone in line. You know what I mean?
He had his chance last season, all right?
Well, he was clowning. His Valkyrie clown build. Yeah.
Let's load up that replay of the Lings attacking the Sunks and the Hats and the other Lings, all right? Now, I think, you know, if you're a fan of Soma, I can't blame you. This guy, he's so charismatic. He's passionate. He's new, but watch out. Larva is going to get in a fist fight with Queen. Queen, the former ASL champion. I think this is one that Queen is favored in, but Larva is, again, another one of the younger, newer players. He's passionate. He plans
matches pretty well.
Yeah,
he
he's
comes up
very
with
good.
Really interesting stuff. I'm excited to see it. That's going to be tomorrow night, guys. I know it's
7 p.m.
a weird day for it, but tomorrow night we're going to finish up the round of 4. Then we're going to have this coming weekend, the 3rd place match, and then the weekend after that, the finals.
Right. So even though it seems like we're right at the end of ASL, it paces out a little bit more here.
Yeah, that's right.
And it gives our players more time to prep.
That means you get Flash versus the loser of these guys.
Yeah,
Random
we're
versus
not done.
Zerg again.
Random versus Larva or Queen.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be good no matter what. Flash might lose there too. I don't know. I think Flash maybe beats Larva, but Larva's very, very good with the planning, like you said.
He is, but Flash is really his kryptonite.
That's true.
I mean, how many highlights have we all seen of Flash killing Larva with like one vulture where Larva is banging his keyboard and Flash is laughing?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel like that would continue. I think Larva needs to win here. he needs to beat Queen for sure.
And I think it's a real toss-up who wins. I mean, it's interesting to hear that Soma wants Larva over Queen. I do think Queen is scarier than Larva, but I don't know. These guys, you know, they play against each other so much they might.
Queen, you have to give him his credit. He's the best Zerg in the world.
I think so.
He is the best Zerg. I would want to play Larva as well.
Yeah.
Larva, I mean, the thing is, Larva could beat Queen. It's CDZ. It's kind of a knife fight. There is a lot of mind games and strategy in there, so Larva might be able to come out top, but Queen has to be the favorite for the tournament. I think he probably has been since the very beginning anyways, right?
Yeah. So funny how this works. We've had a season of KSL where it was all Protosses. This time it's 3 Zergs and a random.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, it's 3 Zergs and Flash playing random. It's just it's such a weird thing, but that's kind of the rotation of things.
And look, those of you who are bummed out that Flash lost, chill out. He's going to be back next season.
And next week.
And next week.
Yeah, like 1 week from tonight,
Flash
actually.
lost. Calm down. He's going to be back. Okay. He almost actually won the tournament with random. That is the hardest thing to ever do, ever.
It's pretty difficult.
And this builds a great story. He got top 4. We know he's going to be seeded.
Yeah. I think
So
he's
we know
learned
he's gonna
a
be
lot
back.
about random, and I think the thing is he's learning in a very painful way some of the ways that you can lose with these other races, right?
Yeah, there's so many different ways to lose against random when you spawn a certain race. There's so many different builds that can interact with each other. Anyways, guys, that's all the time we have. Tomorrow, 7 p.m., the other half of the bracket, Queen versus Larva. We love you guys. Bye-bye.
ASL 시즌 10 타임리스